This is the One Piece Podcast, episode 664 for the week of Monday, March 22nd, 2021. My name is Zach.
And my name is Ed.
My name is Steve.
And my name is Alex.
And on today's show, we have a very special guest. He is the translator for One Piece in Weekly Shonen Jump and Manga Plus. We have Stephen Paul with us again. How's it going, Stephen?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah, we don't need an understudy for you this week. So
no, that's thankfully.
We also have quiz show extraordinaire. We have David Bednar with us. How's it going, David?
Hi! How's it going, everybody?
You okay there, David?
Yes! I'm doing great!
You don't sound good. I'm just noting, but I'm glad you're doing great, quote unquote.
Don't worry, it's gonna be a great trivia show, everybody. Just hang on.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds okay. Sounds promising. So we have
lie to us.
We have trivia.
This is
we
my
also
confident
have our
voice.
It sounds like Usopp from the 4Kids dub, but okay, I'll take your word for it. We also have our anime recap this week for episode 966, Roger's Wish: A New Journey, the shortest title in Toei history.
I subscribe to that YouTube channel.
I am joining on a anime recap streak here. I think it's been like 4 or 5 episodes I've been on the anime recap, so please join for that very good episode again. We also are going through One Piece Magazine Volume 11 with Steven. Steven, what is that called? Does it have a title?
It's called The Power of Words.
You know, it does have a title, and it is in English on the front cover.
Yes, it is.
And I didn't look at it. So we're going to be going through that with Steven. There's some fun stuff in there, I assume. I don't know, actually. I have no idea what's in this one. So I can't even tease this one. But
it's got to do with words.
Before we get into it, I think we were talking before the show about our little Patreon project at patreon.com/One Piece Podcast, Forced to Watch 4Kids. And Ed, I feel like even though you weren't on it at all, you listened to it, so you could probably give a good objective view of the state of minds of our hosts, Alex and Steve.
Well, the 4Kids dub makes no sense. It's completely cut up. Like, there's no coherence, like, at all. I think you made the point on the episode that this show could only exist on CRT screens in 480p because they was just smeared all to hell to censor everything. And yeah, the audio, the music is terrible, and it's really these Nami episodes were supposed to be some of the best of the series. And back to when I got into the show in 2006, these are the episodes like, oh, these are the special episodes. You get to these, and you're gonna love the show. And like nobody could love this. Nobody could love that. Like that.
Alex or Steve, do any of you love this? Do any of you?
Glowing review by Ed. Thank you, Ed. Yes, I mean, Ed is even involved with the forcement of being forced.
That's true.
And just look at what he has to say, and that
you
can only imagine the in-depth review that you get from Alex and I, including just bits we find ourselves doing on the show.
Genzo's mysterious accent, Belmir's mysterious accent.
But Steve, you and Alex do bits? I've never heard this before, but I'd be interested in
Zach.
subscribing.
I'm glad you listen to our show.
One day. Anyway, please check that
Zach's
out.
not one of those promoters. It's like the Force to Watch 4Kids. It's a great product. I use it all the time. My wife loves it. It's like he doesn't actually.
My wife loves it. My wife listens to Forced to Watch 4Kids every month.
On her Raycons.
Yeah, please check that out. We also have been doing game nights. I think we're going to try doing it on Thursdays, since we had some outcries for Thursdays. So we're going to try that. That's available for all patrons live and patrons $10 and up afterwards. We also have alternate images, which have been especially good lately, and alternate titles and a lot of other stuff. So check us out over there. There's a little news though going around, so we should get into that. Steve, what is the news with the One Piece dub? What is going on with all of that?
Sure. God dang it, I just had that up too. So give me one moment. But I think this was from not this past week, but it was last week. So, and I think we just forgot to bring it up. On
March
the show.
15th. I think
Actually-
that was last. I think that was last week. Yeah. Or this past week. It gets confusing.
Yeah, this past week. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm not going insane. They a lot of fans will be happy to know that One Piece Collection 26 is going to come out on June 15th, and that's when things get weird.
Yeah.
First of all, as you know, season 11 is the first season that's going to be a dual release. You could get it on DVD or Blu-ray. If you didn't realize it, the first half of Collection 26 are the remaining episodes of Punk Hazard, which were only available on DVD. And the second half is the first voyage of season 11, the beginning of Dressrosa, and that is on Blu-ray. So if you by chance get the Blu-ray edition of Collection 26, I guess it's half and half. And not only that, even though we've been seeing speedy releases of season 11 on Funimation now, the first voyage of season 11 is only dropping this month in March. I think it already might have come out already. And the fact that usually there seems to be a buffer in terms of these collections, or if you're familiar with the omnibuses with the manga, the content of those get a little bit of shelf life before they're put into an omnibus or a collection. This is 3 months. It's getting kind of wacky. Because that means, and this is my personal opinion, why would I shell out the money for a voyage set when I could wait a few more months to get a collection set, which is cheaper?
It's also
more bang for
digital,
my buck. What?
right? It's also on digital.
These are the discs.
No.
Oh, I meant these episodes are also available on digital.
Well, yeah.
I'm saying there's
On
lots of
Funimation
ways
now,
to get
yes.
it. Yeah.
It just seems it to me this is like flooding the market here. This reminds me of when we were getting DBZ Blu-rays, Dragon Ball Kai Blu-rays,
I even remember this. Yeah.
and then just repackagings of the orange bricks over and over again.
Yep.
Like this is a bit concerning for me.
You definitely have to wonder, like, what's the long-term plan here for this schedule?
I wonder. I have a feeling they're just trying to get it out so that they could like get close to the current material.
Well, are those two different kind
I don't
of packaging lines?
Yes.
Because like I think
Yes.
that's the one thing is that like Mill Creek has been putting out these great Ultraman sets, and they've been putting out two different versions of the same Blu-ray, one in a really nice looking tin, and then one in a much simpler cardboard box. The thing is, I've been buying the cardboard boxes because they've got a little thing on the back on the side cover that does like a picture when you get all of them collected together. So like I could see just like again, it's basically the same product at relative like $10 difference price, but like that aesthetic is a part of your decision. So maybe there's just some person who's already bought 30 volumes of 30 Blu-rays already, and like, well, are you really going to swap over?
No, I was going to say, like, physical releases are, I think, aimed a lot more at collectors nowadays. So David might be right there. That might be part of the marketing strategy there. It's like,
and is,
I don't do a, go ahead.
Is Funimation Now, is that like a Crunchyroll, like a subscription service?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's probably what they're looking at is like, okay, well, if people just want the episodes, they don't really care, then they can subscribe and watch it wherever they want. But if you want these discs, we'll just keep making them, I guess.
And also Crunchyroll and Funimation, I believe, are either soon destined to be part of the same company or officially part of the same company. So, I like, who even knows the future of those releases digitally? There might we might see those dubs on Crunchyroll at some point. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I do have the same feeling about the manga 3-in-1s because they're up to, I think they're in Wano now. Like they're almost on the foothills of where the single volume releases are, which is a little weird.
Yeah, so back on podcast related news, we also have the Fight Together episodes. They're going to start coming out in April, first on Patreon, then on the main site and main feed, and also on the Fight Together feed. So there will be a lot of places you could listen to it. And those will be coming out monthly. We have, I think, 5, maybe even a bonus episode for you for that second season. So please check that out. And also, if you haven't, and we posted this on Twitter and we'll post it in our description as well, but to combat anti-Asian and Pacific Islander violence, please support. There are many amazing charities out there and amazing groups out there doing really good work. So please do that. We were talking, I think, in a lot of these Fight Together episodes about just like the need to stand up for those that need it. And I think that is a very important message for us here on the show and everyone out there as well. So, as things in the world is always awful and crazy, but please help those that need it whenever you can. Let's get into the main show. You ready, Stephen and everyone else?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay. And here we go with the manga recap for One Piece Magazine, Volume 11. Stephen, what do we have in this Power of Words issue?
Yeah, so this is volume 11 of the One Piece magazine, and it's pretty much similar to the previous issues, although there is a new look on the cover. It seems that they have run their course with the first 10, which had a pencil sketch of Luffy that Oda did that wraps around the whole cover and is embossed and everything. And I don't know if that was just getting old, like maybe Oda himself was just like, I don't know how many more of these like Luffy sketches I have in me. But so this one has a shiny gold. I mean, it's a striking cover, although it's very simple. It does have a shiny gold cover, which is a nice color. But it's just kind of like a simple like little emblem of the Straw Hat, Jolly Roger, and Luffy, and then all of the stuff in it. And there's also like an actual blurb on the back that has a bunch of quotes and things. So this one is, as we said, the Power of Words, and it is all about the writing of One Piece, the dialogue. And the main centerpiece of this is they have little like mini interviews with several, I think there's like 6 different people who are in various walks of life related to writing. There's an author, a actor, a comedian, a newscaster, a copywriter, and a haiku poet. And so they all just talk about the little things that they like and the things that seem remarkable about One Piece and about Eiichiro Oda's writing style. So it's pretty interesting, and I'll go through them in order. But I wish if I had more free time to like go through and like really do single out all of the best anecdotes and things. I would have loved to do that, but time being what it is, we'll just kind of flip through it and see what we see. And we will start with on the inside. They reprint. It's not the full page size, but they do reprint the. Was this chapter 1000 or was this chapter 1001? I forget.
No,
I guess
it was
it's 1000.
It was 999 and 1000.
Oh, 99. That's right. Yeah, it is the the special like then and now color spread that is mimicking chapter 100's One Piece spread with all the new crew members since then.
And the note.
There was the note that Oda wrote that I think they put up on Twitter and Instagram and stuff.
I think they did the English version too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're good about doing that stuff now.
Yeah.
It's like his Oda reflecting on what it means to get to 1,000 and the fact that he assumes like the theory on popular entertainment or on manga at least is that your readership, your fan base will cycle through every 5 years, so you have to continually be sort of reinventing yourself or writing for a new audience, and stuff like that.
I really like this message, and we went through it on our Chapter 1000 episode. It's a nice message.
Yeah. So we will go through to the dream illustration that Oda does, and this is a good one.
Whose dream?
This one comes from Aozora-san from Hokkaido, and it is what if Hancock had the we just talked about this. Rumble fruit? Is that Enru?
Yeah. It's really funny since Steve,
Goro.
you just drew Nami doing this, and this is Hancock doing. Yeah.
What if Hancock had the Rumble fruit and her lightning did not work on Luffy at all? And the image is Hancock like dressed up like Enru. She's got the drums. She's even got some like Oni horns.
Well, I noticed I don't think I ever got to mention to Steve how I really like the touch that that Nami's shirt had, like the Eneru thing, and it's funny because Hancock has the same kind of thing going on here as well.
I forget if I forget if I had this in my possession, this magazine already when that came out, because I totally wasn't even thinking of it, and the parallels are crazy, but.
Yeah. This came out on February 9th. So it's been a little while. But I love it too. That just like the way that he drew like Luffy in like this sort of like magazine pose, like fashion model pose, where he's got like the sparkles in his eyes, and and then of course, even with her lightning powers, if it doesn't work, Hancock cannot help but fall in love. As you see in the sort of superimposed in the background.
It's funny because I guess Hancock's powers, no matter what in this scenario, don't work on Luffy.
Yeah, and they give you the time lapse on the other side of the page where you can see how he he did like his sketching, kind of blocking it out at first, went through a couple permutations of it. And then
it looks like Luffy originally did the same thing he did when he saw Hancock in the bath that first time. That weird, that look to the side.
For.
Yeah, that's true. And then it looks like he maybe like got the idea and then maybe like penciled it out and inked it, and then probably scanned that, and then like from 7, 8, 9 on, then he's just coloring it digitally. But
the first one is the same pose that Enru does on volume 30, I think.
Oh, the cover. Oh god.
Yeah, the cover.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like the like texture. He did like a sort of like almost like MS Paint style, like spray paint texture on like the red on Luffy's coat and stuff. I like that look. It's different from Oda's usual coloring style. Always nice to see him testing out stuff. And so his comment that he wrote here is, the Queen Hancock is now essentially invincible. She's unstoppable. But because her lightning powers were so powerful, no one dared approach the Queen anymore. She was all alone. And then who should appear but yes, it seems like no matter what, Hancock is destined to fall in love with Luffy. So there you go. And we will move on to the power of words. And I like this this collage that they have for the front of this section here. It's I don't know how many of these things we've ever seen before, but it's a lot of sketches of Oda's, but specifically it's his sketches where he's, writing bits of dialogue to them. He's formulating how these scenes are going to work and what he wants them to say, and kind of characterizing them as he's coming up with the visual designs. And so there's just a lot of recognizable scenes, like right in the middle, to the left of the crease in the page, you can see the where he did the scene when Luffy has Buggy's foot, and he is like tickling and like cracking the toes and stuff, all the way back from volume 4 or something like that. We got some Soga King designs, and looks like a good old classic Frankie, Punk Frankie.
Koala, original
Koala.
Brook. When I say original, I mean alive.
Human Brook, yeah.
Yeah. He's always a human. He's just a dead human now. Yeah.
Very, very cool to see these things in their planning stages. And then after that, they have a superimposed over the one of the photographs of Oda's work desk, where you can see all of his markings that he does on the base. We have a collection of snippets, mostly from the SBS, although I think there's one or two that also came from the One Piece magazine. But it is all quotes from Oda about his writing process. And most of these are actually, I think listeners of the podcast would be familiar, because they're things that we've either covered or repeat frequently, about stuff like Luffy or Oda not having the heroes say, "I'm going to kill you," because his grandma, said like, "Oh, I don't like that kind of stuff." And he realized, after having lost some friends of his own, like he did not want to kind of treat that stuff lightly, and to treat the idea of saying "I'm going to kill you" as like one of the worst things you could possibly say. So it's only the bad guys who say it, and even then, I think he's picky about how he does it. Stuff like whenever someone feels thanks, they always just say "thank you" in the series. They never have some tricky, clever way of showing their gratitude without actually just saying thanks, because he finds that to be disingenuous. Stuff about how he doesn't call them the Straw Hat Pirates. He's like, I don't care what whatever they say in the anime or the video games or the readers say is fine, but I never call them the Straw Hat Pirates. I just call them the Straw Hat Crew. Things like that. So yeah, it's nice reminders of like the limits and the things, the rules that he lives by when he is writing his dialogues and doing his characterization. So we'll go through these little interviews with different folks. I don't think anyone is likely to know beforehand who these people are.
Who's the comedian?
The comedian is Nobuyuki Hanawa. I've seen him on TV. He's in a pair called Knights. And if you've seen enough variety shows, comedy shows, or especially like the M1 Grand Prix, I know they've been on that, the contest. But we'll start with the writer Yoru Sumino, who is the author of I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, which is I believe that is translated. I think that has recently been translated.
It was popular.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely had a movie, a live action movie and stuff. So, it's a very popular younger writer. And so some of the things that they chose to select are the usage of very simple phrases, things that would not, in a different context, would not be that remarkable, but because of the context and because of the characterization that Oda has built up, they can take on a much deeper or more powerful meaning. And so they have as an example here is when Zeph says to Sanji, "Don't catch a cold," before he leaves. Like it's such a simple thing, but in that moment it kind of breaks down Sanji, and then you have that whole emotional scene. He also points out the use of, this one was kind of tricky to parse what he was trying to say in this, but it is sending like the usage of messages in character, messages that might run like affirming the values of other people within the series is kind of like a message to modern society is what the subtitle of this section is, and
almost like saying political messages toward like that kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of. Like he selected here, and you can see the scene where Luffy's just fought Usopp at Water 7, and he says, "You knew you couldn't beat me," and he's marveling at the use of that as saying like this is Luffy not choosing his companions based on their strength. He chooses them because he wants to travel with them and because they bring what they have to offer. And it doesn't necessarily have to be physical strength, and stuff like that. It's a way to bridge people that come from different backgrounds and that have different strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that. And he also says he thinks that that Oda himself, like, there's no right answer about this, but that the Oda himself seems to test out, like sometimes he goes further and sometimes he doesn't go that far, as far as like how pointed he wants a statement to be towards the real world, and singling out the people of Dressrosa, who are saying they're saying to King Riku, like we don't care if the country falls into ruin if it's in for the purpose of resisting war, because that was the style of Dressrosa, was that even if they were a poor country, they were always at peace, and that was like what they were very proud of. And he thinks that sometimes like I said, there's no right answer about this, and that Oda himself probably doesn't know what the perfect way to, like, how much of a message is too much of a message, and how can I make it universal without losing the punch of it and stuff. So they kind of remarking on the difficulties of being an author of fiction in that sense. And he also pulls out a couple of his favorite quotes. I like that they do this little interview with him on the next page. And he says that his favorite character in One Piece is Buggy. And his quote there is, "I think everyone could stand to love Buggy a little bit more." Which is probably true. Yeah. And so the quotes that he picked out is Smoker in Logtown, when he says, looks like my parents ate your ice cream. Buy yourself a five scooper next time." And he was just marveling at how, like, it is like you get the sense just from that quote that Smoker actually has a humorous side to him. He has like a benevolent side to him. And up to that point, aside from Kobe, who only wishes he could be a Marine, all of the Marines that you see, like Nezumi, are just bad. Like, they're just bad people. And so Smoker is kind of like the first instance of a character who makes that portrait a little more complicated. And this scene is a really great way of establishing that, like the first time you see him. He also picks out Dr. Hirolook's phrase when he arrives at Drum Castle, into the trap that Wapol has set, where he says, "Oh, thank goodness. So nobody was sick." that he was tricked, but he doesn't reply with anger. He's just relieved that he had thought there was an emergency, and it turned out there wasn't an emergency. And this is an example of characters who, even when they are they're suffering or they're taking a loss, whether that's material or in combat or whatever, they're the ones who are losing out, and yet there's a certain sense of pride about it, or they have a positive feeling about it, and that's that's a very cool thing for a character to be able to do. And his last quote, which is this is a really great pull. The quote itself is, "Crush them if you wish. Let's go, boys, get them." And you can see from the picture that this was actually a poster board that reads in full, "To all One Piece super fans, thank you for loving my series. Your enemies are the six editors of the series throughout history. The bounties from the right are 5 berries, 7 berries, 6 berries, 5 berries, 4 berries, and 2 berries. Go on and crush them. Get them, boys." And
I knew I recognized this.
Yes, and this is great because the caption is, "This is the message that Eiichiro Oda sent to the Mania the fan side on Hokutate when the One Piece super fans faced off in a trivia battle against the editors," and then in parentheses, "photo supplied by Greg Warner." So he was just raving over the what better message could you send to the fans to be like, hey, you're gonna fight against my editors, and I got your back the whole way, crush them, get them, boys. And it's not a polite thing. It's he's acting like the pirate captain himself, and it's great. So that was
from
cool.
From what I recall, Greg saying is I think he was rooting for it sounds like he was definitely rooting for him.
Yeah, no, I remember that when Greg was talking about seeing that message, that it just blew him away on the.
Is that when he was crying? Was that
probably? I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Because they did that just before they faced off, I think. The next person here is an actor, Yuki Yamada, and I'm not sure if there's anything that I would. Okay, it looks like he in 2020. It does say that he did some voice acting for a Crayon Shinchan movie. So there you go. But he's mostly, a drama. You can see in the picture he's very handsome. So a live action actor.
Yes.
And this is clearly he was born in 1990. So he grew up on One Piece. And his interview, he's talking all about how, oh, it's my way of life, man. People if you want to understand me, you got to read One Piece. And all that
There's
stuff.
The good way, the bad way,
Yeah.
and the One Piece way.
I'm sure he probably felt a strong connection to that Kimutaku Smap Smap skit where he was
oh, I love that skit.
Yeah, breaking up with his girlfriend because she didn't understand how he loved One Piece so much.
Wasn't it specifically about a character? I can't even remember now. It was something very specific.
Yeah.
This is the time Crocodile said this to
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this one, so apparently there's actually we'll talk a little bit more about this towards the end of the magazine, but the One Piece just recently had this big promotion with a bunch of different artists who did sets of stamps for Line, the messaging service, and so I guess this guy did some not the most impressive, if I have to be real blunt, but
is he an artist though? He's an actor, right? So.
He's an actor. Yeah, he's not an artist.
Oh.
So yeah, very definitely you could tell that drawn by an amateur, but he gets lots of good quotes in there. And his selections of great One Piece words or phrases, some very well known classics. Sanji saying, I appreciate. I freaking appreciate all the all everything that you did for me. And he gets down on his hands and knees for Zeph. Aces, thank you for loving me. Hero looks, when do people die? It's when they are forgotten. And Blackbeard's, people's dreams don't ever end. So yeah, pretty much some of the most famous quotes of One Piece, for sure.
For the record, I think he draws better than me.
Okay,
Just
that's
looking
fine.
at the
Low
line.
bar, but
Look, Ed, we can't all be you with your amazing
it's
shirts
all
that you make for
it's
TKO.
all expression. It's impressionism or something, right?
Yeah, and I think you mean I think you mean incendiary and is I don't know. You swear a lot in your
Outsider
in your
art.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Next, we mentioned it previously, the comedian Nobuyuki Hanawa, who is part of the duo Knights. And he had some really good comments. I think I spent more time reading this also because I recognized him from, seeing him on TV and stuff. So
what has he been in that
a little
people
more?
may know?
I don't think he does. I don't know if he's been in very much like movies or like actual drama shows. He's just a stage a manzai comedian, he has some really good. I think he may be the one who writes the skits that the pair does, because he does talk about like writing skill and writing comedy. But he really likes. He mentioned some of the qualities of Oda's writing, that he's really good at like not telling you everything. That he will kind of pique your interest with things where you don't necessarily know. I think this guy actually fell into the trap, because he actually singles out when Luffy and Zoro say it's not him, it's them in
Yep.
Jaya. And from his comment, it seems like he's on the side of like, what did they mean when they said that? Because he does point that out. But he really likes
too. So
yeah, we've all done it. He likes connecting lines between things that may be suggested or maybe not, but that it's clearly kind of part of the structured experience to make the fans wonder how certain things might be connected and where mysteries might go. And he says like think about how crazy it is. It's called One Piece, and we've all been reading it for 20 years and we still don't even know what the title means. Like how well can you when you're doing a comedy sketch or a skit, and like if you explain everything right up front, like there you go, you already hit the peak of the comedy and there's nowhere else for it to go. The way you do it is you give them just the smallest bit of groundwork at the start, and then like build it up over time, and then you get people really laughing as it gets more and more intense. So like think of doing that for 20 years and keeping stringing the audience along and having them still be with you all through that without giving away the answers. Like that's pretty crazy, don't you think? He also talks about Oda's great use of wordplay and puns. And he points out like the Eneru ware ga kaminari, his famous entrance line where he's basically saying I am God, but he's also saying I am lightning, well before we actually see him use those powers. And also, I love that he's talking about the scene with Smoothie where she is preparing the drinks at the wedding.
Yeah, weird screaming giraffe.
Yes, the weird screaming giraffe, but. Like he clips it, so the whole joke is that like, oh well, it's a giraffe is Kirin, which is of course a brand of beer, and so like they clip it where you don't see her saying what all of the options are. It's just like the row of panels at the bottom of that page, and so it looks like someone just says like, oh, I'll have a glass of Kirin, and she's like, okay, all right, I'll pour it for you right now. And then, the next panel is her squeezing a giant giraffe that's screaming.
Little did you know that bottle of Kirin is made from screaming giraffe.
Yeah, it's great. So yeah, he definitely appreciates that, as do I, of course. Big part of the job. And he also has an interesting comment about something. He mentions one of Knight's comedy routines, which is called like the teacher or the master in Asakusa, and it's a routine that they do, and he says it's really more of like a free talk, like they just kind of it's like slightly improvised, but they just kind of go on and on. It's not like super tightly rehearsed. But it's like one of them is just going on and on about, oh yeah, I got this. Where's this teacher who lives in Asakusa, and he's just like this really weird guy, and just starts talking about it. And if it's only one person who's saying that, it's just like it's a one person stand up routine. It's more of like a rakugo story almost. But you have your partner who is there to kind of punctuate the stuff. So you go like, oh, and then they did that thing that was like, what's the thing again? And then the partner says like the other line, he interjects with the other line that gets people to laugh. And that like sort of, it creates a bouncing back and forth thing that interplay is like the core of what manzai is. And so how this relates to One Piece is he's saying like Oda is really good at telling you things without like having it explained in the most straightforward manner. So he uses as an example the scene where you first see Kaido as a dragon, and he says like if Kaido just stands up there and says like I turn into a dragon, like that's kind of dorky, like it's kind of dumb. But if you have this scene the way that Oda actually did it, where they're all standing on this hillside all the way in the distance, and Kinemon is going, Kaido transforms into a dragon, or he can transform into a dragon, Degozaru. And, like in his character and seeing it in a distance, like it's way creepier. It's like very intimidating, like seeing how large he is in the distance. And so like the way that you present that information really changes the way that it comes off to the reader. And other things like when Sanji and Zoro are fighting. So the manga, of course, they printed it from the color version here, but the manga itself is black and white. But when you have Sanji calling Zoro Marimo, well, that's it's a green plant that lives underwater. So that puts that image into the reader's mind of like, oh yeah, that's right, it's green. Like it conjures the imagery for you, even though you're reading a black and white manga. So he's good at putting these things into the readers' heads, which is cool. And so Hanawa's he does have a little story which was kind of funny. So there's another comedian who's very famous named Kendo Kobayashi, who
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling Ed would probably know him because he's part of that whole group of like guys who are friendly with like the downtown Gaki no Sky guys.
He's on the Batsu game every year.
Right. And he's a solo guy. And he is also like a super huge manga like Shonen Jump fan. And so he says
the tests of physical strength every year on that show, actually. Anyway.
So he says this little anecdote like, I started reading One Piece in 2009 because I was going to, or I was on a show with Kendo Kobayashi, and we started talking about One Piece, and I said like, oh, I've never read it, and he was like, are you serious? Okay, listen to me. You have to read every volume by tomorrow. And he's like, there were only 54 volumes at that point. But he said, yeah, I bought them all and I read them pretty quick, and yeah, it was really, really great. And I got completely hooked. And, he makes some comparisons to like just the sense of comedic, not just timing, but like word choice, and how sometimes Oda's humor reminds him of Hitoshi Matsumoto, in the ways that they surprise you in ways that are very brilliant. And for his quotes that he chose here, he actually says he really loves Blackbeard. Blackbeard is one of his favorite characters. So he picks out the line that he has in Jaya when all the people are running around him, and he's like, let them laugh at you. If you aim for the heights, you'll find fights where you don't even need to throw a punch. at that the famous scene where he also says people's dreams will never die. And then another quote from volume 56 when he sees Luffy in Impel Down, and he's like, yeah, nothing in this world is impossible. After all, there was an island in the sky, wasn't there? Just what great characterization that is to explain kind of what Blackbeard is all about. So our next person is the newscaster Junichi Tosaka, who looks like he used to work for NHK, and then he became a freelance newscaster. I guess he might be famous or like notable today because he apparently has a YouTube channel. And I meant to look this up to try to find this, but in the upper left of the page here, it has a still from a video that he did in like newscaster getup, like he's at the desk. But it is apparently, it's just him reading in as flat, as unaffected a tone as possible, reading all of the sound effects from chapter 1 of One Piece.
You know what? I think I've heard about this. This sounds familiar. Yeah.
It might have gone viral at some point.
Yeah.
Apparently he just reads the sound effects from Romance Dawn. And he has some, let's see, what are his comments over here? He is he's moved by the professional quality, the professional mindset of certain quotes. And one of them is Zoro. This is from volume 36. I think this is when they're talking about what to do about Robin after she disappears. And Zoro says, "I'm just talking about possibilities. I'm not leaning one way or another." As he's laying out the options for whether to believe her or to doubt her. And he's waiting for Luffy to make the call, but he's saying like, here, this is what we should do. It's one of these two. On a similar note, we have Sanji, when he's with Chopper and he is looking for a way to get to the, to find Robin or to get to the train or whatever it was, where he says, forgiving, it's a man's job to forgive a woman's lies. Which is, he was admiring how Sanji like that quote is. And on the bottom here, we have from Frankie's flashback, when he's arguing with Iceberg about the battle Frankies that were used against Tom. Your will doesn't matter. Your will doesn't enter into it. I'm asking you to take responsibility for the weapons that you created. So some interesting lines from that. Not a surprise that he would pick Water 7 since it's got so much good drama in it. And then he has some interesting. He's picked out a couple scenes that are good for being a newscaster that will test your ability to do the job. And so he picks out the narration or the quote from Pirate King Gold Roger that it plays over the first sighting of Dragon in Logtown, where he's saying, these are things that cannot be stopped, inherited will, the people's dreams, the roiling of the times. As long as people seek the answer to freedom, these things will never be stopped. And so he's like, yeah, this is a good way to test your ability to give speeches. And he also picks out Luffy at Enies Lobby when he's announcing, "We're here for you, Robin." And he's using a good example of how he's the breathing exercises and the things that you need to do to make your voice strong and crisp, and pointing out like the way that Oda drew the sound effect in the top panel where he's breathing in, he's going like that, as a good example of how you strengthen those lungs. our next person
Well,
on the list.
I feel
What's up?
remiss, and we don't have to include this, but I think we should. If I mention that while searching for him just now, the reason he no longer works at Fuji TV, at least, and I think NHK, was because of sexual harassment allegations.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me.
Yeah. That's according to Variety. So,
Wow.
Okay.
yeah.
I was about to say, isn't it cool that regular people just like us are into One Piece also? Like, well,
Oof. All right.
regular famous people. I mean,
I didn't want to. I felt like that needed to be said, given.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we could just tear that page out.
Our next person is Mariko Ogata, who is a copywriter, who has worked on promotional materials for such companies as Tiffany and Netflix, among others. And she has also apparently written a short novel, or a novella, I guess, called One Piece of a Woman.
Oh.
Interesting.
About copywriters, actually, something that I think is kind of interesting about, at the very least, my eye looking in on Japanese culture. Like whenever I would watch the Japanese version of Iron Chef, they'd frequently have copywriters on as guests, and I thought that that's kind of a cool thing that copywriters are celebrities in Japan.
Yeah, it's definitely true that I think they have somewhat of a higher measure of esteem than the equivalent over here. She singles out, so she likes she admires Oda's ability to name characters in ways that are catchy and yet also like condense information about them, or like kind of gives you an idea of the air of what their character is going to be like just from the name alone. And points out Doflamingo is a good example because, he's got flamingo right in his name. And that definitely, comes across in his visual design, but also the do in the front is like in Japanese, when you put do in front of anything, it just means like big or crazy. Like it's just like a much more intense version of that word. And so having doflamingo, it just sounds like it's a combination of this like sort of preening and like flashy looking thing, but also sounds more dangerous.
So
because of that.
So I guess it wouldn't. The equivalent over here, of course, would be annoyed grunt flamingo.
Sure. And she also
Don Quixote J. Simpson.
She also says she really likes Roronoa, the last or the family name for Zoro, which is that like it creates this very cool rhythm to his name that if it was just Zoro alone, it just wouldn't roll off the tongue the same way. So being able to say Roronoa Zoro is like there's a nice rhythm to it, nice rhyming action, a lot of those O vowels. Number 2, she likes that there's only a couple examples, and because there are only a few, like they stick out more. Examples of the heroes apologizing to each other, and she takes that as a sign of like it's a sign of their willpower. That I think it's definitely Oda's style that like he only has a character apologize if they've truly like if they've done something wrong and they truly are sorry about it, and it's not just like a nervous reflex of a habitual apologizer. And so that's why scenes like Luffy saying "Sorry guys, I died" at Logtown, or Usopp when he finally apologizes at the very end of Water 7. Those are such powerful scenes because it doesn't happen all the time, and that shows you kind of their the strength of their willpower. And the third is kind of more about Oda's like sort of comical, like his wordplay, as one of the previous people mentioned, and points out, I wish I could remember. I don't remember what the previous translator did for this line, but it's in Thriller Bark when Sanji hears about Absalom, and he uses this phrase "Tome ningen daga toge meijin daga shiranega," which is like, I don't know if this guy is the Invisible Man or like literally it would be a famous potter, like a pottery master, but they kind of rhyme in Japanese, and so she was pointing that out as like a really good use of like, or a good example of like the kind of weird like tangents, like sort of humorous tangents that Oda can get himself down because he's got such creativity. And she talks about, there's a little interview, and she points out two scenes that I think they were really interesting as a contrast, because it's from volume 1 and volume 91. And that is the scene where Rika is trying to give the onigiri to Zoro and Helmeppo stomps on them. And then the scene at the start of Wano where Otama is feeding Luffy the rice, and he's asking for more, and she's like, "Oh, I don't have any more." And she's kind of pointing out the growth of Oda as a writer, because he in the first scene with Rika, he kind of puts her emotions like kind of fully out there. Like she basically explains everything about the scene in like one panel, which is like when he does the close up where she's crying and she's like, "Oh, that's so awful. I worked so hard to make that." And she says, like, I don't think Oda would write that line of dialogue at this point in time, because he's learned all these kind of sophisticated ways to put that same emotion into the reader's head without actually having it come directly from that character. It comes from incidental, like by their reactions and from other characters who are interacting with them, kind of eliciting that emotion on their own. So like in Otama's case, like Luffy's like eating this rice. He doesn't realize that it's the only rice that she has. But he's eating it, and she's he's like, "Oh, this is great. Can I have some more?" And then she has to tell him like, "Oh, sorry, that was the last of the food. I don't have any more." And so you get that sense of pathos that she's she's deprived of this stuff without having to have her say like, "Oh, pity, poor old me. I don't have any food." And so he's grown a lot as a writer. In that kind of sophisticated way. And our last person with their commentary is the haiku poet Itsuki Natsui, who also has a YouTube channel. It kind of makes me wonder if maybe like these are YouTube channels that Oda is fans of or something, but that's how he picked them out. Or maybe there's just that many YouTube channels. I don't know. So she talks about a lot about the rhythm of writing, since haiku obviously is all about rhythm. And I liked what she did at the end here, because she picked out certain phrases or scenes and kind of grades them on like how good is this as a haiku, and kind of even though it's not necessarily like a competition or something, it's kind of interesting to see her commentary on them. She has lots of glowing things to say about the kind of narration, the Oda box narration that Oda does at the end of Water 7, when he's showing the scenes of everybody doing the repairs after the Aqua Laguna, and there's this long narration about the beauty of the flowing water coming down from the tip of the fountain, and the sound of the hammers hammering away, providing the rhythm of the livelihoods of the town and stuff like that. And that's very good for haiku, because haiku is all about evoking. It's about evoking seasons and about evoking imagery and sound and things like that in as brief amount of time as possible. And so She says, this one is really good. She gives a passing grade to the subtitle for chapter 573, which is, I will call this era Whitebeard. Because it's a good phrase. It's a little long for a haiku, but there's a certain poetry to it that she admires. And then lastly, she singles out a very famous and beloved scene. You may stray off the path of a man, you may stray off the path of a woman, but you cannot stray off the path of mankind. Let us what is it? Like, let us both fall together through the true sky and bloom the Okama way, Bon Clay's famous speech at the end of Alabasta. And she's like, she has a little like grading stamp that says, let's try a little harder next time. and mostly it's just because she's like, oh, it's a wonderful scene. It's a wonderful scene, but as a haiku, it makes no sense. Like, it doesn't follow the format. And it doesn't evoke the seasons. There are more elegant ways to do this. She's saying, you know what, Bon Clay, he should have just come to me for lessons. I really could have taught him much better haiku to do, because he's got the heart. His heart is in the right spot. So that was kind of funny commentary.
Good thing. I mean, if I'm ever about to die and I think about doing a haiku, I better not do it in front of this lady.
Yeah, you just
make track of what track of what season it is. Too.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know what day it is these days.
It's Blurns Day. Okay, what's next?
Opening day of Blurns Ball.
Next we have a selection of cool like references and interesting chapter titles, which was kind of fun. And some of these are ones that I worked on and I remember. And so they mentioned some of the inspirations behind them, such as For Whom the Bell Tolls back in the Kuro arc when Luffy uses
David asked
bell.
us that as a trivia a couple weeks or months ago.
Big Metallica fan.
Is that right? Yeah.
And I believe I was like, oh, why did Viz do that? And turns out it's the original Japanese, so I look like a moron.
It's okay. People will go back and listen to that podcast long after the original release date and criticize you for it.
Oh, good.
I love that one too, especially because it's like Luffy uses Gum Gum Bell, but it's about him ringing Kuro's bell. And boy, does he. Let's see, we have some examples. I'm not sure if this is like actually accurate or if it's someone just like grasping for possible trivia, but in the fighting music chapter, that was 980, so very recent, when Apu was doing his music stuff, you can see on Kid's Punk Gibson, like on his machinery, there's a little 865, and they say, oh, well, actually, if you reverse that to 568, that is apparently, let's see, what does it say? Chapter 568 of One Piece is the is katta ni shiagare, which means like just do whatever the hell you want. But that was apparently the Japanese translation, the translated title of Never Mind the Bollocks, Here's the Sex Pistols. So I guess
I thought we were so close again, a Tommy Two-Tone reference.
So yeah, it's like, is this just a coincidence? And that's what I would have said. But
this sounds like a YouTube theory. If I know
it's
anything
like
about that, yeah.
Jim Carrey and the number 23.
Yeah.
My favorite reference to make that nobody ever gets.
Is
just
Jim
like
Carrey
the number
in
23.
the number 23?
There's a movie called Number 23 where Jim Carrey, he's like, oh my God, it's everything comes back to the number 23 because if you add this and subtract this and divide this.
Jordan?
Yes.
Yeah, remember when the world was going to end like a couple times in 2012?
Well, they just got the last two numbers reversed. That was the...
Oh, thanks, Zach.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm just the messenger. Don't
Well, I'm
hate me.
free, so it's
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah, I have nowhere to go.
They single out, of course, very famous one, "The Times They Are a Changin'," the Bob Dylan reference.
That was the name of the chapter, by the way. For those who don't remember from 12 years ago, that was a chapter title.
In 2012?
In 2010.
Well, the times they are becoming quite different.
I like that they actually did mention all of the musical chapter titles from Skypiea because there are a bunch of them.
There are.
And they have a list of all of the different music-related ones that appear in that arc, which is cool.
I didn't realize, now that I see them all like in a list, then you start to realize, oh, wow, there really were a lot of them.
Yeah, for sure. We also have some of his like sort of poetic ones. The one from Skypiea that was like what was it? It's like meeting like the crescent moon through the clouds at night or something like that.
Did I just hear crescent moon?
Yes. Referring to the relationship between Noland and Calgara being separated. The Soldier's Dream as that was the chapter in Wano where they talked about Sunachi. Once a Fox, which is a reference to the Rakugo 7 times a Fox. But that was the Onimaru chapter. Some others. This is a really good one that I remember was from Impel Down. The Japanese title is Jigoku ni Okama, which means like to meet an Okama in hell. But Okama is written over the kanji for Hotoke or Buddha. And so the phrase to meet a Buddha in hell is basically just like, to find a good Samaritan, to meet a saint in the worst circumstances possible.
That's cool. I don't know about that one.
Yeah. The Hyogoro chapter, which was the aged leopard never forgets the way.
That was interesting translation, I recall, right? It was
well, it's because it's a pun because his name is Hyogoro and Hyo is leopard. Although it's spelled, I think it's not spelled with kanji in his name. It's not spelled with a kanji. It's just with katakana. But would have made that pun there. And then there was a what was it, like trapped on all sides? Yeah, that's right. So it was a big mom Whole Cake Island chapter called Happo Fusagashi, which is a pun on Happo Fusagari, which means to be blocked on all sides. But he changed the ending to refer to sweets instead. So like blocked by all sweets. And I think I called it a recipe for disaster. Yeah.
Now that's fun. A 4Kids title.
Yeah, there we go. Gotta get that good stuff in there.
It's a good one.
It's a summer bummer for Steven.
Oof.
Jesus. Oof. What's next?
Yeah, and so next we have there's a little interview with this is the lyric writer. She wrote the lyrics to We Are. That is Shoko Fujibayashi. So she was part of the dream team of Tanaka Kohei Tanaka and Hiroshi Kitadani.
See, I always assumed Kitadani wrote that. I did not realize that there was
I assumed that Tanaka wrote it, but I guess he just wrote the melody.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And Kitadani, I guess, sang it. So there you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What a bum.
Hey man, I'm pretty sure every one of those Annie song guys is just doing the grunt work.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
Kitadani is the pretty face there, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, gotta have one.
So apparently,
here comes Kitadani.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just thinking, Kitadani coming into the studio to record phrases for the talking Kitadani doll.
Gosh,
in and out.
Yes.
So there's some kind of interesting anecdotes here, which is that apparently she got to write the lyrics because she was in like a competition to write. So I guess they must have had like a couple different people who were in the running to write the lyrics for One Piece when the TV anime was greenlit. And so that's basically like how she first learned about it, which of course, at the time it was not very old. It was, I think she said they were still in the East Blue at the time. And so she bought all the volumes that were out and, read through it and got, really excited about it. And that was kind of her, the premise for how she wrote these lyrics for We Are. And he said at the time, the reason why they had this little competition was because the producers for the anime were like really like more so than usual. I think they were really interested. They really wanted the lyrics to be important, and so she was like, she remembers being very enthusiastic about it because she was just getting started as a lyricist as well. So she's like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and that was also, the first time that she had ever worked with Kohei Tanaka on the musical stuff. And so one thing that's kind of interesting about it is that We Are is not really a chorus based song, or like, it's very like verse based. And she was like a little bit worried, or like there was a little concern that if this is going to be a show that, is going to be popular with kids, you want something that is like easy to sing and fairly memorable. And there was like a concern that the whole like opening, like the Aritake no, and like all those lines were like a little complicated and a little technical to get through. But I guess Tanaka was like, oh no, you got to do this. Like it's got to be this way. Like this is awesome. This is great. And so he really like pushed for it to go as is, and that it kind of makes it a little I guess remarkable or a little noteworthy as an anime theme song. And I mean, hey, the track record shows it was the right decision. I think everybody knows and loves the lyrics to We Are. And what other stuff does she talk about here? Because she's done some other lyrics too. Mostly, I think, yeah, she did We Go and Over the Top as well. She wrote the lyrics for those, and some of the character songs too.
Looks like Laws, Whitebeards, Aces, and one of the Luffy one. Oh no, the Oh Come My Way.
Oh Come My Way.
Yeah, we talked a lot about that in the LGBTQ Fight Together. How,
oh really?
I think Erica,
cool.
Erica Friedman's one of Erica Friedman's favorite songs.
Nice. Yeah, she said about that one. She says that it's really fun to do like character songs with characters who have a really strong like speaking style and personality, because it just gives you so many options for fun things to do with the lyrics and like their little like speech quirks that they have. Yeah, she was like, it can be difficult because you have to be creative, but not like too creative. Like you don't want to go outside of the bounds of like what fits the character in the fans' minds. So she had to be cautious with that one. But yeah, just like lots of little commentary about writing lyrics for theme songs and the differences of writing for different types of shows, not just One Piece. So a good amount of time for that. And yeah, that is the end of the One Piece words section. And next we go into chapter 2 of Boichi's Ace manga. And this one is definitely more based on, I think entirely based on the second volume of the two novels, which obviously has way more to do with established characters. We see a bunch of people. I know, obviously the pictures were all over the internet when the magazine came out. We get to see Boichi's take on Rayleigh and fucking
Ace.
Hammond. Hammond, everyone's favorite character, who's a real
Yes.
horror show in this one.
He looks like a T-Rex.
Yeah, he does.
He was a horror show in the original too.
Yeah. Shanks, yes. Jinbei as well.
Wait, is one of Hammond's like co-crew members what are those called? The really ugly fish that like doesn't have a head and it's just a bunch of teeth at the end.
Like a lamprey?
Lamprey. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. You're right.
Oh my
Wow,
god.
that is horrible.
That is horrifying for many reasons. It looks like other things as well. And I'll leave that to your
Yeah.
imagination.
Well, he's got hair on his head and yet no facial features.
Yep.
So that's
It's weird.
Yeah, it's funny. Like of all the big characters that you see in this, I feel like the characters that are already like normal looking people come off really good. Like Rayleigh and Shanks both look super hot. They're just like as badass as you could imagine. But then the more like sort of cartoony Oda style characters, I think do not look quite so good in this like hyper detailed. Like I think Jimbei looks cool, but he doesn't look like Jimbei to me. He just looks like someone else.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I think Jimbei looks fine.
It might be
everyone else looks fine.
It might be the goatee on Jimbei that's just like it's too realistic. It doesn't look like the stylized like Komai, like the lion dog style, like swirly style thing. And then Whitebeard with like a semi-realistic looking mustache instead of just like a set of like steer longhorns. He just looks like he looks like if they got a Marvel artist to do like the draw this person as a superhero and they drew Dr. Phil. That's what he looks like to me. It just the mustache is so weird.
Yeah, it is. You're not wrong.
The mustache kind of looks like I don't know, like it makes me wonder, like when they do the live action One Piece, like is that what the mustache is gonna look like? Is it gonna look like
could be
like a big feather?
Yeah,
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But what's next?
Some good old season 6 stuff. Yeah, I think it's interesting. I mean, I think there's some really cool scenes in this. Like, there's some great action stuff in here, but I think the fact that even in the novel, these all of these scenes that this chapter covers are they're more like vignettes than like a flowing like a narrative. And so seeing them sort of condensed into manga form where it's just like a couple pages each time, it's even more just kind of jumbled and all over the place. So I'm almost like of a mind to say, like, if this gets collected into a book and it's just a regular tankobon size, I'm almost like, I don't know if it's even worth it, because you want it in this big size to see all the detail and get all the impact of like these awesome 2-page spreads that he does. But it's really not. It does not strike me as essential reading, unless you're like super into Ace and you just got to have everything.
I think that like I don't know. I could see people being like, "Oh man, we finally get to see these battles that were glossed over in the manga," and to me, it just seems like the Snyder cut. Like we've wanted this for so long. Oh, and it's so epic. Like,
yeah. You're not wrong.
It's like I'd rather see the Straw Hats on Library Island.
Hey, the world of books, right? I mean, that could be Montour's own special arc.
That was Chopper's time skip, right?
I've waited.
Yeah, Chopper was there already. He was on Library Island.
Actually, I was referring to something, a callback to our podcast, but don't worry about it.
Steven.
Okay. Next, we have a couple pages of Oda's notes, and this time the theme is reuniting at Shabody. And so you get his he's got these little just headshot sketches, cutesy little sketches of the Straw Hats in their post time skip form, which is actually, the more I think about it, the more I'm glad we get to see them, because like that like this is his first, probably his first time ever doing these little like chibi versions of his characters post time skip, which is neat. And you can see here he's flow charting out how they are going to meet up, like where each of them shows up and what their entry is, who meets up first. And on the next page, you even see he has the map of all of the
every grove almost. Yeah. There's a lot of groves there. Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, there's Grove. There's Grove 69 right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, he even has them all figured out. Like, okay, Luffy shows up and gets in trouble in Grove 47. The shipcoder's in Grove 50. Usopp's at the bar in Grove 46. 32, 33, 34 is where Shabody Park is. And, Sanji and Zoro meeting up at 44, 45. Like, just all this, how it all fits together, which is kind of impressive.
I'd like to think that he does these flowcharts like in the middle of a meeting, or maybe while he's watching something at home. Even that's what it sort of feels like.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, it's a good doodle.
This is him multitasking.
Yeah. I mean, we know that he like watches YouTube videos and he watches shows and stuff. So he's got to be doing that at some point. And knowing his sort of maximalist personality, he's probably double tasking. And then we get some sketches of Luffy using his power. When we see him using his newly upgraded skills for the first time against the pacifistas, and then the characters you all wanted to see, the design sketches for the fake Straw Hats, as well as
I know you're kidding, but it's true.
These guys, especially though at the bottom, the other mooks associated with Caribou and Korobu, Lip Service Dowdy, and Deep Wound Albion.
What great names! What great epithets!
I'd like to think that Deepwood. Does anyone remember the head? MTV is the head. No. Okay, you can Google it.
I remember Eon Flux, but I don't remember the head.
The head was like the only one that I watched out of that lineup.
Uh-huh.
And there was Rain the Conqueror.
Basically, it was this like teen or college age dude who had a gigantic head, and there was an alien living inside of it, and he would like occasionally pop out and like hang out. So, yeah, that's what Albion reminds me of. But it also sort of like isn't that the premise of Magu-chan, that Jump comic as well?
Oh,
the alien doesn't live in her head, but it's like they're hanging out, and he's like Satan or something, Satan incarnate.
God.
Anyway.
Yeah. We also have, for some reason, I guess just because they needed another page, and because they're doing the Ace manga here, they picked out a sketch of Oda's original sketches of Ace. That was previously in One Piece book, Data Book Green, where he is called Porcus D. Lang. So yeah, related to
relative viewers, Ed?
No.
Yep. So yeah, that's it for the sketches. They did a little like quiz trivia thing. I'm just gonna skip past that. We get back into the color pages here. There's something to do with like this group that's on the official One Piece like YouTube channel or like their YouTube show or something. It's like the I'm Gonna Be the King of the Pirates TV. And I've never watched those, so I don't know these guys or what their deal is, but you can see they're doing some like cosplay shenanigans. Some guys dressed up as Genzo. Yeah, that's pretty good. Then we have the Pirates of Grabia, the photo model cosplayer of this young lady who is doing Vivi. Very blue wig, definitely props on that. The color is right.
Blue wig.
Yep. Yeah, it's nothing nothing too remarkable about that. The Mugiwara Kitchen. I actually, now that we've announced the Sanji's cookbook and stuff, it makes me wonder if they're going to collect all of these recipes they've been doing in the magazine for a second one at some point.
How many were there in the first one? Do you remember?
In the cookbook, like I want to say around like 30 to 40 or so, something like that.
Wow,
That's hefty.
So we're up to 11. So we're
Yeah,
getting
well,
there.
I think some of these have had like 2 recipes in them.
So we're up
Unless
to,
I'm
well, they're getting there.
yeah, they're almost up to 20, I guess. If that's
Yeah, well, yeah, there's 2 in this one. Yeah, there's a roast, shoulder roast, cooked in cola. So yeah,
it's Frankie's shoulder, so it's
Yeah.
gigantic, and no human being could eat it.
I guess that'd be sort of like a Coca-Cola glaze almost or something.
They all are those curly fries that are just like curled like Sanji's eyebrow. Is that
Yeah,
what's
so
going on?
it is
Oh my
fries.
God, that's genius.
So I guess that is mashed potatoes,
Curly
and then
eyebrow.
they pipe them.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like mashed potatoes, and then I guess there's an egg mixture and milk. So it's
It's pretty fun.
I do
yeah.
love I love the visual
then you
recipe
fry
on the
'em.
next page there too, and with the clearly a Coke bottle but with the label ripped off is also great.
yeah.
Yeah, that's Coke Zero.
Yeah, that's Coke Zero. Yeah, the black cap. Yeah.
That's true.
Why would never use Coke Zero for a glaze? You got to have the sugar.
That's true.
the-
He's
that's the
right.
point.
He's right.
Yeah.
I don't
that's
drink
the point.
regular Coke, but if you're cooking with it, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
That's the point. You don't use Diet Coke if you're making a glaze of something. Like, imagine using caffeine-free Diet Coke. It's just chemicals that you're putting in your in your meat glaze. Like, it's
Chemicals and meat. That's a.
It might
that's
be good as a
combo.
preservative. You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably.
That's
I
true.
mean, it'll clean your pennies.
Yeah. So next time it is apparently going to be a Brook themed curry recipe.
Ooh,
So
cool.
we'll see.
Has he been doing? I haven't really been paying too much attention to these recipes, and I guess I probably could go back at my older issues and look. But has he been doing Straw Hat themed?
I think so.
I think yeah.
I could double check now too if you're curious.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to just sort of like spread around the variety, like try to find a different theme each time.
Well, I guess that means the magazine after that, the next one, it would be a Jinbei themed dish. Hopefully not fish. It's
The last one was Robin, and it was a sandwich. So it seems like that's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Robin sandwich. I could get into that.
Ooh.
She
That
could
was
make
too
that happen.
close.
I was just thinking about the Brook curry that'll put some meat on your bones. Yo!
There you go.
Actually, no, it won't.
Oh wow! I almost laughed at the joke, but thanks, Zach.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here for killing jokes,
His
just
chili
like
chili
Brooke.
fruit.
Okay, what's next?
Next we have some pictures from the
Joker.
I would have thought that it would be something like soul food.
No.
Well, that
That's
it doesn't.
even better.
Yeah,
That's
that
better.
concept does not exist in Japan, unfortunately. So
It
Yes.
should.
yeah, it should. Yeah, I'm
Bulky's
sure there's
great.
probably at least one or two restaurants in Tokyo or Osaka that are themed after that.
I'm
like soul
sure.
food, like American soul
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
You would not want soul food to get popular in Japan. Everybody would be sleepy all the time. Nobody would get any work done.
Well,
Maybe Japan
They
needs
could use
some
that,
soul
yeah.
food. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I just
Isn't
keep
it-
thinking of anytime I have a rack of ribs, I just want to lie down for a while.
Oh yeah. That's why I like
Oh,
it.
I just want to do that every day. Doesn't matter what I eat.
That's true
Yeah.
too. That's true.
These are the times we live in.
These are the times we live in. What's next, Stephen?
yeah. Next we have some photographs from the Buster Call exhibit,
These are awesome.
which is yeah. I mean, I know we definitely spent some time looking through a lot of the pictures that were on. I think it was on the website, or maybe they had an Instagram.
So the Buster Call. Please correct me if I'm wrong because I can't read the Japanese here. But the Buster Call exhibit was like artists from all over the world drawing their influence from One Piece and doing really crazy, cool stuff like out of
Yeah.
the box crap. Good
yeah,
crap.
definitely like no strings attached or like creative strings attached on
Yeah.
these. Like they did whatever the hell they want.
Yeah,
And,
which you don't always
Shueisha was
get with
cool with it.
huge. Yeah, you don't always
Yeah.
get that with huge properties. So that's cool.
Yeah, really, really neat. And so this is kind of more. It's not really like singling them out as much as just kind of like this is what the gallery looked like when you were there, with the the way that they had the displays set up and stuff.
A giant
Um,
transponder snail in the center.
mhm.
I would pay pretty good money for a booklet from the exhibition because I just
Yeah.
want to see all of these pieces
Yeah,
like so damn badly.
Oh, it looks like there's a gallery on the website.
Yeah, it
Is
does.
that everything?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes.
Does it have everything? I
Um,
want like because there's like somebody made blister carded like props from One Piece. They're all individually blister carded like action figures. With like I think there's an iron like they have full bodies Iron Fists, but it's in like a GI Joe type packaging. I
Oh,
want
man.
I want pics of
Yeah.
all of those, and it's just like, oh, here's the wall, and I'm like, oh, I want to zoom in, I want to enhance like CSI.
I mean, hopefully one day we could do like an episode on just the Buster Call stuff because there's so much cool stuff
Yeah,
there,
it's
and
really rad.
it really deserves a little more diving into. And I'm sure that there are
Oh,
people
yeah.
who speak English who would like to be on for that to talk about it.
Yeah, it
So
says
maybe
it says
in the
that
future.
it ran from late November to the end of December at a gallery at an exhibit space in Yokohama. So that's where it was.
Yeah,
Hey,
here's
maybe they'll do it again in
here's
a
one
year
of
or
those
two.
blister cards, and it's German 66, number is 3, stealth black, and it's just the empty packaging for an action figure.
It's so good.
Wow.
It's really good.
Yeah, I think if we do a Buster Call episode, we really should do our homework on the artists.
Yes, yes.
Oh
well.
yeah. Yeah.
And if anyone listening was an artist, please let us know. Because
Or
I
Buster-
have,
Absolutely.
for the Buster Call. I mean, we have a lot of artist listeners, so
It
not
was fun to have
everyone.
you on, also. I mean,
Yeah.
goes without saying.
Yeah, we even have on the last page here, I guess this was merchandise, maybe, or
Merchandise.
maybe it was just examples of some of the shirts, because there are some clothing. You can see they have like some jackets here that people made. But I love these
So cool.
Buster Call shirts. Like one of them is designed after Blackbeard using his darkness powers in the, I think this is in the fight with Ace. But I love this model guy that they have modeling the shirt because he just has like he has the body language, the most ennui body language and facial expression.
He's a model.
Where he's just like slouched over, just like, oh, well, I guess I'm getting my picture taken here.
His name is apparently Jeff number
Jeff.
8.
Yeah.
Jeff in parentheses number 8.
Oh.
Number
so
8.
this is the 8th one. I should look up if this guy is.
That's
Go
pretty
ahead,
sweet.
yeah. Although
Good job, Jeff.
although my looking up people thing has not been going well, so maybe
He's
I
only
should-
number 8 though.
yeah.
That's like having a single digit license plate.
Yeah.
I want to man, I want to enhance click enhance. This Buster Call shirt on the bottom, it has this really sweet, like it looks like the Whitebeard Pirates, but done in a really funky style. Like you can see Whitebeard in the back and he looks humongous and his beard looks like horns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's it's like scenes from Marineford, but
Mhm.
clearly done by an artist. Like it's not the original panel. It's very stylized.
Yeah, that's really
Oh, I think he has an Instagram.
badass. Oh, cool. Shohei Ochihai.
Jeff, it's
Yeah.
Och.
JE.
Zach's trying to find Jeff.
Oh,
JE.FF17.02, I think, is the same person. He's just a model. I mean, all his pictures are like of a model. So
That's
there you
02. Is he a robot?
go. It seems that way.
Yeah.
go
So
ahead.
after the Buster Call, we have another One Piece Heroines novel. This is a story about Perona. The subtitle is Nightmare After Nagashi Daru, which is odd to see written in the alphabet. I'm guessing that Nagashi Daru means like a barrel, like a barrel that's been floating along. So it might be referring to the because the story is about them finding some wine. So I think it's about finding the offering barrels outside of Thriller Bark.
Ah.
And But this one is clearly taking place during Zoro's training period because he features in the illustrations.
This must have been after he learned hockey, considering he's getting to enjoy some.
That's right.
Pictures.
That's right.
That's true. Yeah. And yeah, there's some cute stuff. I like also that they reference the sangria from the cover story because you see Mihawk sipping on some wine, and Perona is either she's telling him that she made sangria or she's like excited about like, can we make sangria? Because she is imagining the fruit.
Yeah, can I ruin your wine?
I love sangria.
Sangria is good.
Don't do that.
No. Sangria is good, but if he's drinking like a fine vintage, then you don't want to like dump some fucking fruit in it. Like,
okay, that's fair.
And
you know,
I love sangria too.
Everyone better listen to the crusty old Dean over here.
To be fair, Mihawk would be drinking some super
Yeah.
old vintage ridiculous shit. I'm sure.
Mihawk is definitely an obnoxious wine snob.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Steven's already made that canon last year, so I
Did
remember.
Yeah, Mihawk stopped.
Yes.
Mihawk stopped drinking Pinot Noir after Sideways came out.
No, you joked about Zoro's training with Mihawk. Mihawk, now this is how you swirl.
Oh, right. Yeah.
right, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And even I made a drawing for it.
That's right. Great stuff. Yeah, apparently the heroine's stories will continue because it says next one will be about Hancock. So, yeah, I think they should eventually, maybe that will be the last one because I think this was the 5th one. And so Hancock would be the 6th. So they might collect it into another book like they did with the Mugiwara stories. Yeah, okay. And next is the new One Piece picture book after the guys. I love this section. It's
super
so
cool.
good.
It's really cool.
It's by this artist is Shinji Yamamoto, and yeah, his style looks like freaking like Cabbage Patch Kids or something.
Oh yeah, I when this magazine came out, I think I tweeted out, "This is this is what I'm gonna tell my kids, the Flintstones kids."
This is like a Where's Waldo-esque kind of thing, except you know every single character there. Like
it's
they're
great.
all
Yeah.
So
the concept here, when you go past the cover page, there's this little story set up where, okay, here's the Straw Hats, and they find this little island with a mysterious tree on it, and Luffy and Chopper go up to the tree.
The baby Luffy.
And yes, and they're in these little very chibi like baby.
Chopper
form.
looks the same, but everyone else.
And they go through. It's like the holiday door in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
They go through a door on the bottom of the tree, and then it basically like teleports them to various scenes throughout One Piece history. And yeah, exactly like Zach said, it's like Where's Waldo. Basically, they're like super long range, like group scenes with like dozens and dozens of characters on them. But there's like so much detail, like. You can make out every character who is appeared in those scenes. Like you can absolutely make out who they
There's
are.
There's Pearl right there. It's Pearl, Steve.
Right.
And the
Vegeta.
dragon from the OAV.
With the helmet.
Really?
The Genzak special. Yeah, he's in the. It's really easy to see. He's over on the right
with
side.
With Panda Man standing.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I love though. That's the whole thing. I think almost every single character in this has been in the series in some regard, I think.
Yeah, well, they have lots of randos, but
I'm sure they were very important randos with names and birthdays.
In Where's Waldo style, but
there's a little fairy guy over in the corner. That's interesting.
Yeah.
All the way on the left. I guess that's part of the story that they're following this fairy or this gnome.
Oh yes, yeah, they're chasing the fairies, yeah. Yeah, so there's a couple different scenes. There's the Baratier, there is Arlong Park, Little Garden, which I actually tweeted that one because it literally has the exact same color palette as Hieronymus Bosch's Garden of Earthly Delights. And so I tweeted Little Garden of Earthly Delights.
That's great.
And I'll never top that one. And then Bighorn, the town from Drum Island, and lastly, Rain Dinners from Alabasta.
What great choices too. These are all really cool
Yeah.
choices. And the Karu balloon. Oh my god, I have to take a real look at these. I haven't even looked at these yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think absolutely if they put together like 3 or 4 issues worth of these things, like that is an absolute like must buy book if they collect those for
By the way,
kids book.
So there's a Karu balloon, which the balloon is Karu and Vivi's in it. And then there's one of the Super Duck-Billed Squadron members who should be able to fly, but has a parachute. Needs
It's
one.
a berry parachute.
Oh, it is.
Like 100 berries. I like how there's a bunch of
there's
ducks
Panda
holding
Man.
up Mr. 11 and a giant bag of money.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, it's okay. So beneath Vivi, is that Mr. Peabody and on the flying carpet?
Absolutely. They went back in time. They went back in time and into a different story. Apparently, One Piece takes place in the past, and they're there on the magic carpet.
Toki's like, "Wow, I'm the first One Piece character to travel through time." Actually, Toki, you're the second.
That's right, Mr. Peabody.
They also have a banana gator salivating over about to eat Mr. 3 there, which is wonderful.
That.
God, there's
a sniper pair.
there's Bon Clay and his group doing the Okama dance.
Kami's in this for some reason.
Kung Fu Dugongs. Oh yeah, there's Kami.
Kami's
because the cover
because,
story. The cover story.
Yeah, cover story happened during the Alabasta.
During Alabasta. Oh, that's right. Wow.
It did.
Cool.
Yeah. That's actually nice. Really, that's apt. Oh, Mr. 7.
There's the Alabasta Doctor. That's a character I completely forgot about. Who's very interested in Chopper's findings at the end of the season.
Yeah.
That arc. Yeah, these are really cool.
Wait, Alex, does the guy who looks like he's letting people into the casino look like something out of Tiny Toons or Animaniacs or that style? Yeah,
or animation.
Okay, thank you.
I like. So on the right edge of the page, just below the moving crab, you'll notice the Kick Claw Squad in a little boat. I have to assume that boat sank like 5 seconds after this image was taken.
Oh boy, those characters.
Absolutely. Oh, and there's the key. There's the Banana Gator key.
Hey Zach, you found one of the things that you're supposed to find.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Right. Yeah, each of these images has like a couple things of like, here's these special items you need to find.
This is what a great kids thing. This is great.
Yeah,
all of this,
it is.
I love all the kids crap they put in this. It's very like it's really clever, and there's a lot, and you can tell whoever did these really loves One Piece.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, as you can tell from us just like talking about this, like it's just fun just looking for all the characters because they come right out of the story, and
especially the Kick and Claws Squad.
Anyway, they're my favorite jobbers of all of One Piece. Like I know, like our shtick is like Ace is dead all the time. Like ha ha ha. Man, at least Ace went out like a pro.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
These guys are like, "Hey, Crocodile, we're gonna drink this poison," and he's like, "K."
Crocodile's like K. No, AFK.
Yeah. Anyway, Vivi, as I was saying, there's a Pluton is around here somewhere.
One of them tries to like grab up his leg, and Crocodile just like smacks the hand away.
What's next, Steven? We should get through this.
Yeah. Next, we'll continue on the Alabasta theme here because next we get the animal side view or cross hatch or what is it? Cross section. Yeah. Lose my mind of the Banana Wani, the Croc banana dial, Croc banana
gator,
whatever you call it.
Wow.
And it looks like a skeleton.
Yep. This one is I love Banana Gators. They're my favorite, but this one's definitely the least inspired to evolve these.
Yeah.
They should have shown the cross section of the banana.
That would have been amazing.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's weirdly like scientific. Like in a way that like, there's a proud history of Japanese children's media having wild ass cross sections.
Yes.
And this fails that absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I want to see a nuclear reactor inside of this thing.
Yes.
I wish there was.
I
want to see Mr.
amazing.
3's little wax ball.
Doru.
Oh yeah.
Come on, give us that.
Doru the Explorer.
Yeah.
What about
See
all
one of the
this
kick and
other-
claw force in there.
I guess the stuff that precedes the cross section is just a bunch of fun banana wani
Facts.
facts and
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's even like the last little thing is just like other notable animals from Alabasta, but yeah, like pointing out the different qualities of the banana gator, and also like the use of it in the iconography on top of the rain dinners, and also on the little carriage that Banshee takes to the desert.
Oh, I don't think I ever noticed it on that one.
that's pretty great.
That's
I love all that crap in
It's
Alabasta.
detailed.
Yeah.
I love the F-Wani, which is a really great pun. That
Mhm.
back in, I mean, this is I guess before your time, Stephen, but I thought that the transliteration for that was really clever too.
Yeah.
The
F-Wani.
Excelligator?
Excelligator, yeah, that's a really good. That's very
That
inspired.
is a good one. That is
Good job.
God, it has 2
Good job
bananas
on
on
that
it.
one.
That's how you know it's really fast.
Next, we have the devil fruits. This time, continuing the trend of let's just make it shaped like the thing it is.
Yes.
With the bomb fruit from Mr.
To be
Five.
fair, I like that design, even though I don't like the trend that you mentioned.
I like the use of the stem looking like being real fuzzy like a rope. That's pretty funny.
but looking like it's burning and like
Yeah.
a bomb. Yeah, I think that
wouldn't
is a
wanna eat
cute.
that. Looks like it's gonna make me explode.
Yeah. Well, it will.
Mr. Five didn't have the foresight.
This isn't a devil fruit. It's a bomb. Made in a bomb factory. It's a bomb.
Some days you just can't get rid of a fruit.
Nice.
And next we have the kilo fruit for Miss Valentine, which again looks like a scale kilo, like a little pound weight with the little handle that you lift up with your fingers.
Little paperweight.
So yeah, not much more to be said about that. And then kind of get into the usual.
Thinking back, I think Kaku was like, "Oh man, I was really hoping that was the banana fruit."
Yeah.
Turns
into
into
a
a
human
banana
banana.
person.
And you could
He's
say,
like-
I am a banana.
I ate the banana
You're like,
fruit.
Like Mac tonight.
Oh my god. That'd be
Enru,
amazing.
eat your heart out.
A square-shaped banana.
$500.
He shows up as like a half banana, half square person, and goes, "I ate the banana fruit. I've become a peanut butter and jelly time person."
I got many ideas
Don't laugh.
to draw.
Bananas are appealing.
Oh god.
Yeah, well, okay. I'm not going to laugh at that one.
We have fun.
Yeah. And then we get some cosplay as usual.
Good Odin there.
Yeah, good Odin, the
Really fun.
headpiece there.
Commit. It's a way to commit.
I don't know if any of these are that interesting necessarily.
What's this
But
SSBS? Is that
a good Akainu. On
I thought it was a
second-
good Akainu
second
set.
set. He's got
Yeah.
the face.
That's a man. That's a real man
Yeah.
wearing a bomber jacket.
Man.
That's not some 20-year-old waif with a wig on.
No, it's not. That's a dad.
Yeah. I also like the person dressed up as Gear 4 Bounce Man with the inflated shirt.
Trash bag.
Yeah, trash
That is
bag
amazing.
shirt. Yes.
Amazing.
It's great.
I love that one.
And they just
Looking like
just
Missy Elliott in that
drew
music video.
they just drew Luffy's face on a piece of paper and taped it to their own face.
See,
And they're
that's
just
the
sitting
kind of
down.
cosplay I want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
sitting down. That'd be great if they were sitting on one of those bouncy things, the hippity hops.
Mhm.
One of those,
The
the
hippity.
exercise ball with the handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also known as there's a different one
Hippity
called the
hop.
birthing ball, which is now a thing that I know exists.
Whoa, is that a new way to deliver a baby?
No, wait. I could talk about it later. Go ahead.
Talk about it now.
And then we got some of like the reader submission things. We talked about some of these before. There's a little thing with what is this thing with Kappe Yamaguchi here? He is
I love that he
creating
gets
some
the Oda box in this, whatever it is.
yeah, Kappe Yamaguchi.
Yeah.
20 years of telling lies. That's what he's subtitled as.
Wow.
Pretty good.
This should be the title
of his memoir.
No, it's Donald Trump's memoir.
More than 20 years there.
That's true.
40.
Yeah.
Jesus.
There's several volumes.
Yeah. And he's apparently coming up with some kind of like Wano themed food menu for who's this other guy? Is this the editor? Yeah, this is Isaka, the editor.
It is.
I guess he is the editor of the magazine now in the on the media side of One Piece editing.
Yeah, we met him. I should probably remember.
Right. He looks older now. Than
he does
did
look older now.
In One Piece Goes to Japan.
Yeah.
One Piece podcast goes to Japan. Yeah. So there's some Kurozumi Orochi dark curry that's on the right side, and then there's a Wano Kuni set with some different themed stuff there. Oh, I get it. Udon, curry, kuri, kibi, hakumai. It's all the food names from the different provinces. Done is with the oni there as onigashima. Very cute. They have some of the line. I was mentioning this earlier. The line stamps.
So cool.
Those are really good ones.
Yeah, I like these ones on the right specifically because on the top right is Masanori Morita, who he did Roku Danashi Blues. That's his most famous one. But Rookies, which he did in the around One Piece time, like late 90s, early 2000s, was his baseball manga, and that's one of my favorites. And in fact, I have a signed drawing of the teacher from Rookies from Morita Sensei.
That is a great I was just going to say that's such a great intersection of your interests there, Stephen.
That he picked this one too. I don't know why he picked his Rookies characters, but I got that from a friend / member of the podcast who will go nameless because he did not want to be named, but I think we all know who that would have been in Japan. But yeah, it's like all these characters of like the one character who is Zoro, where he's like stepping up to bat and he's like, oh shoot, I got the wrong thing, because he's holding the sword instead of the baseball bat. Chopper is doing a tsukomi because like the soccer ball is rolling up and he's like, yeah, nande yanen. He's like, what the hell, man? With the soccer ball. And Frankie looking absolutely amazing scowl, saying "Yoroshu tanomasu," which means like yes, please do. The one on the bottom is Masashi Kishimoto from Naruto, and this is the great thing. I'm not sure if this is like designed to be used as like an alarm or like a countdown, but it's a countdown to deadline, and so it's this series of Zoro where. Okay, until 24 hours until the promised time, and then 12 hours, 6 hours, and he's putting on the bandana. 3 hours before, 2 hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and he's like doing the onigiri, like it's like closing in on his eye, and then it's like the last one is mo giri giri, which means like it's almost time, or like the time is upon us, but it's like spelled with the giri from onigiri, like the cut. So that's pretty clever.
I really like Kishimoto's take on Zoro.
Yeah, it's good. It's a very in character, I think.
Yeah,
fits his look.
I need to look into getting a Japanese line account somehow so I can gift myself these on my regular line account.
Yeah, I have an American, like a regular line account, although I almost never use the service, but
never buy American.
Yeah, well, I mean, the stamps, like the selection is way smaller, and you don't get,
especially last year with I guess maybe it was still this year with the 1,000 Logs, like just promotion. Man, there was just some really great sets that I can't get.
Yeah,
William ended up gifting me one of them, but. I think it was the one that Oda drew with his left hand.
Oh yeah.
Which I mean, like the thing that sucks about those is that they're not really useful at all, because it's like
right. It doesn't have a message.
No, not at all. It's not even like that. It's like if you stack 3 of them on top of each other, it's one whole character.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that reminds me actually.
Those recent dancing animated ones are amazing.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say that because I follow that artist on Twitter.
Sitcom pose, yeah.
Takata Bear is his name, and he's like famous for doing a lot of these like he calls them sort of like ceaselessly restless bear, and he draws them in a lot of like weird and kind of creepy proportions. But he's just got this great sense of motion, and yeah, he just unveiled a set of One Piece line stamps, which are phenomenal. They're so good, just amazing. You should definitely check them out. I'll probably retweet them after we're done doing this. And I think that's kind of it. We get some ads and some stuff at the end, so I think that's probably a good time to wrap this up. The next issue, number 12, will be ASL. No, it's not
Age, sex, location.
Age, sex, location. It is A Sabo Luffy. So apparently it will be a special on the three brothers, the cups.
They
brothers
don't
of
get
cups.
it. They don't get enough attention, so I'm glad they're finally going to get the spotlight they deserve. Thank you, Stephen.
Oh yeah,
for taking
need
us.
more merch.
We need a
Sabo.
Sabo's one
Yeah.
poster.
Thank you so much, Stephen, for taking us through that.
Yeah,
Let's do some anime and then go right into trivia.
sounds good.
Okay.
Sorry to make you do a slate like that earlier.
Are you on the right mic, Alex?
Yes.
Okay, you sound a
sounds
little
good to
far,
me.
I think. Yeah. Maybe that's
Sorry
what it
about that. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely on it on my recording.
was. Okay.
And my regular and on Zoom. So yeah,
Okay.
we're good.
Okay.
I
do
think
a-
Sam wants to join for trivia.
He's welcome to. I put the link in there.
Okay.
God.
Oh
how
yeah,
the
here.
fuck
Let
do
me
you
just
took
remind
me
him.
just.
All recording to find to find an illicit source of those children book illustrations. Those are so good.
They're really
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
The Little Garden one is like that is a high amount of dinosaurs in an illustration.
Yes.
And oh man, like if I could have a poster of that.
Your kids like dinosaurs, or do you just like the dinosaurs?
All kids love dinosaurs.
All kids love dinosaurs.
All adults love
Just
dinosaurs.
asking.
all adults
I
are
don't-
former kids.
I don't know.
What?
I don't converse with children.
Former kids.
I just talk about the properties they like. The properties that are intended for them.
There you go.
DuckTales.
I'm like, I'm just talking to these kids. I'm like, man, can you believe this shitty design from Miss Frizzle? And they're like, dude, we don't fucking care.
This,
Who's Miss
Nobody
Frizzle?
watched that.
It's like, yeah. Also, who's Miss Frizzle?
So David, don't forget to turn your input back up if you haven't.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Steve, do you have drawings while we're waiting for Sam?
Yes, I do.
Damn it, man.
Do
wanna
I
go
need
to Dallas. How do
to
I do
let
this?
me make co-host?
I would like to use the bathroom real quick. though.
No.
You have
go
to say
use
pie.
it.
I didn't realize we were working at Zakazon.
That's the best
with-
you could do.
Yeah.
Do better than that.
Figure it out.
Don't
I'll
unionize.
workshop that one. All right, I'll be right back.
Jeff
Oh,
Bezak over here.
I only wrote Banana Man I don't really have many titles raring to go. Although David may end up bringing us some. So
Yeah, I guess
Oh
we'll
man,
see.
you guys. I thought
How can I do that?
this was an all trivia episode. So I've got a lot.
we'll see how we're going when.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut the Mad Lib.
Aw.
No, don't actually. Keep for next time.
Yeah. When.
Yeah.
He didn't say he was
I've
going
got
to
enough
throw
to
it into the
embarrass myself
fire.
with.
Never to be seen again.
No, as you will find out, I do not burn my trivia even when it becomes very, very dated.
It means
Like
the
the
questions
sounds of
are-
that.
Yeah, well, that's usually better because then it's not so fresh in the memory.
Yeah. By the way, Stephen, I thought for a second you referenced Hieronymus Bosch's The Garden
Yes.
of Earthly Delights. Was that in reference to these
Yes.
Yeah.
kids' illustrations?
Here, let me just mute myself.
Muted himself.
What's going on?
He muted himself.
Muted himself.
He sure did.
He did say he was going to do
I had
that.
to type it in because I had to get the Here we go. I'm just going to let me see if I can undo retweet and then retweet.
Yeah, you should be able to
There
do
we
that.
go.
All
Yeah.
right. You gave me permission to share.
Yes.
Oh,
I'd understand maybe wanting me to wait until we get through all these puns, but I don't know.
Oh, sure enough. Yeah. That's funny. That's also weirdly prescient.
What?
Russian?
Oh,
Prescient.
Weirdly prescient.
so I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay.
nice.
Yep.
Annoyed grunt flamingo.
I love
That's right.
the veins and is
Yeah.
that the-
Had to do the veins. I don't think that one's making the cut though.
Sam's gonna
I
walk in the middle of this.
I do think that he should be eating a rib and questioning whether or not the bone that he is eating is cannibalism.
He's eating curry.
I guess that's true.
Oh.
It's
His
curry.
favorite food. Sam, can you see this?
Soul food.
Okay. We just started going through the images I drew, but here was the first one. Okay.
Got a
So then
sensible
we got
chuckle
soul
out
food,
of Sam there.
Oh yes.
Is that Toki? Is that
Fucking
Toki?
great.
Pretty good.
Wow.
No, it's Yori.
Oh, okay.
You're wrong.
Looks like you
Oh.
owe him a figure, Zach.
That's what would the title for
no, that's
that
Mr.
one be?
Peabody.
I don't know.
What was it? What was this? The whole?
Gotta get back.
No. There was the second person time traveling or whatever. Well, I
Yeah.
forget the whole
No,
sketch.
that's not gonna work.
Okay.
Wait,
All right, moving on.
Oh my god.
as the kids would say, this is a very cursed image.
Oh my god.
Um,
That's usually
this
what
is
we
not
choose.
the
I mean,
only. This
It
is
kind
not.
of looks like Mac
This
tonight.
is not the only. Yeah, that was my intention.
Yeah.
But this isn't the only Kaku I drew.
Oh no.
There we go.
Fuck.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hey,
God, he's so close to being Sponge Kaku SquarePants.
Oh god.
It's the hat. The hat. It's the hat for me.
nobody wants to have a sponge cock.
And then
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Is this all of them, Steve?
yeah, that was the last one.
Wow.
Oh.
I think the first of the bananas is my
I
favorite.
think the
That
Mac
one.
tonight
Mac
The
Yeah.
Mac Tonight one is my
That's
favorite
pretty
one.
solid.
Yeah,
yeah.
that is just that is chef's kiss.
I wonder.
Ah,
Well, no, it's funny.
You know what? Can I maybe?
oh my god.
Oh
Because
no.
I don't think this would take me too long. I could like include it. You know, maybe just.
Just put
Somehow.
both of the other
Well, if
options
you're gonna
over
do
his
that, could
shoulders.
you also get the banana nose, and we'll just have every permutation.
No, I
Yeah.
Like that's his beast form.
Oh
and
God, it's weird how like that how
that lines up.
yeah no just how
if you
centered
do
that is right
if you
there.
do a regular Kaku in the middle and then you do this one on the left and the bunch on the right, then you have like the three forms of a Zoan type.
Yeah.
I think it's too busy to do multiple ones.
banana
That's my fear.
It's amazing.
But Zach,
all of them are great.
Zach, we're not going for we're not going for subtlety.
Yeah.
We're going for
I think we always go for subtlety.
The bunch is fucking killing
Dirty
me.
liar.
Like it's
I-
tearing me apart.
honestly. I don't mind doing like if I move that here. Yeah, and I'll and move like the Mac Tonight one and make it smaller and just have him chewing his devil fruit in the middle. I honestly don't mind doing that.
Steve, this is all up to
That's
you.
pretty
I'm
great.
happy with anything you do because it'll
Yes.
be
Well,
funny.
like Kaku's not a goddamn Wano character that's got like a fucking atlas on their fucking clothes, so I don't mind drawing him. I swear to fucking God.
Steve-
I'm thinking about that as I'm going through the character collection and like I'm starting to get into more difficult characters and I'm like, I'm gonna misdraw and fucking Makino.
No, Steve, I trust however you do this. This is like literally your job, this kind of thing. So
Steve, I like your idea of juxtaposing all of them into one because it's honestly the best of both worlds. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're gonna get so many cursed image on Twitter.
But I think
No, I'm gonna get so many. Oh my God, who drew this?
Yes.
Who did this?
Who did this?
Who did this?
Who did this?
I try and
You know,
I always
like-
make it obvious who did it on the original.
By the way,
No. The podcast ones, I never get that. It's for like, oh my God, who did this? And it's like my fucking signature. Like it's just a draw. It's just like a picture of my signature. It's like, I like how they drew the V. Who did this?
Okay.
Get
You could stop
Banana
sharing if
Kaku
you
as a
want.
t-shirt.
Oh, I see what's happening there.
Banana
my
Kaku
God.
as a T-shirt. That would be. I don't know. That's.
I still,
I know Greg's always like, show boo doo, and I'm like, yeah,
It's bananas with a nose and a hat.
It's a tough man. This would have sold like fucking hotcakes if this was 2000.
That's the thing. That's the thing. If you're talking
by
about.
the way,
But I'm fine with putting anything on a
related-
shirt. Yeah.
Related, I've always really liked the panel of Kaku eating his devil fruit. It's his just mouth.
It's it's great.
I always think about that panel a lot. Actually, I don't know.
Look it up,
So we
because I
should
don't-
slate.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
Yeah, so Sam, you start recording. Everyone else, let's clap at 5 seconds and 10 seconds. That should be enough time for everyone.
okay.
Yes, Sam too.
Yes.
5 and 10. It's coming up.
And
Everyone.
All right.
This is the anime recap for episode 966, Roger's Wish, A New Journey. I'm your host Sam, and today with me we have our good friend Ed.
I am back. It's good to be back.
And joining us today we also have Rick and Morty's own Brian Newton.
Hey Sam.
And we've got Zach too, I guess.
Hi, Sam. Did I do something? Did I say something?
No, I love you.
Okay.
All right. Our title card this week begins at 4 minutes and 39 seconds, and it opens with the continuation of Roger and Whitebeard's big DBZ clash, where their hockey is just kind of exploding in the middle of their weapons.
There's a lot of this episode is very One Piece Stampede. It uses
Yes.
uses Stampede music in it. That's
Yeah.
why I
Oh,
like
is
it.
that
does.
where that track was from? Because I couldn't place it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I was gonna say this sounds very un One Piecey, but that so makes sense. That Stampede,
Yeah.
because that was that movie, heavy
Well,
guitar.
also, like,
you know,
No, but like the Whitebeard and Roger fighting, like that's very Stampede.
Yeah, just like throwing a bunch of like popular characters and just throwing them together like action figures.
Fan service the movie.
But they're so cool though. They're so powerful. And it's so clear to
this is
like Shanks is like uses the same weapon as Roger, and he has his hat as well. So
way cooler than any action figure fight I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, better animated too.
So they finish the clash. They step aside. They stare each other down. They kind of start laughing because they're good friends / rivals.
Mhm.
And I like the little touch where Whitebeard's laugh has that little reverberation to it, like it's causing like a little
Yeah.
earthquake somewhere off in the distance.
you gotta look at Teach's Vega glove.
Yeah, we get the rundown of all the characters. You get the classics on Whitebeard's side, like Marco and Vista and Jozu, Whitey Bay, Teach, and then on Roger's side, you got more classics like Nozudon, Sambel. Everyone loves Sambel.
Love Sambel. Is that the Fishman?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I actually knew who Sambel was. That I think deserves a point for later on in the show.
And I guess Rayleigh, Gabon, and Shanks and Buggy are also there.
I did want to say, Sam, that like if we're doing an old anime versus new anime comparison, I feel like in the middle of Dressrosa, this would have been half the episode, and it took like under 20 seconds here. It's like
they're
boom, boom,
breezing
boom.
through
Mhm.
the open
Yeah.
flashback.
And it looks great so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone's just got like a big laugh off, and then it's bam, crew versus crew, stampede, roaring electric guitar music. They just going at it, and it's a fight that lasts 3 days and 3 nights.
What's nice, you also get to see the cycle of the days. Like there's some shots at night, some shots in early dawn or evening.
Yeah, it's
Or
a
the
great
rain.
montage.
Yeah.
And you get a little snippet of Rayleigh versus Mariko and Oden versus Gabon. And then after the tension has died down, now it's just a big happy treasure trade.
They do a lot of that Black Lightning stuff with the hockey.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh, yeah.
really cool. That like big explosion. I forget when, at what point in the fight that
That's
was.
at the end, I
but
think.
that was.
Yeah, like the first time we saw that, I believe, was the clash between Don Chinjan and Luffy, but also definitely Luffy and Doflamingo. It's a
And
clash of
Shanks and
conquerors.
Whitebeard. Shanks and Whitebeard had something similar, but this was like, and maybe it was just the animation choice, but it felt bigger. I mean, I think it was supposed to also.
Yeah, I mean, these
it's
are
very
like
cool.
the strongest people we've ever seen in the series clashing.
Yeah.
And we have a bit where Mariko and Teach are talking about Shanks and Buggy, and then likewise Shanks and Buggy are talking about Teach. And Buggy has heard a rumor that Teach doesn't sleep. He's never slept once in his life since he was born. And I kind of like how we don't know if that's like actual foreshadowing or if it's just Buggy being a kid and making stuff up.
Well, I was gonna say I love their dynamic, particularly in the anime because of the voices. Is it the same voice for Buggy in his child form?
It sounds like him.
No,
sounded like
Steve
him, I
Steve was
thought.
pretty adamant that it was somebody different.
Okay.
No, that's
Okay.
not. It's not Shigeru Shiba. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it might have been like a little too difficult for him, or it didn't sound quite like him. But I
I've been
think he
hearing
did a
his
good job.
voices for 40 years.
That's
I was actually the other day I was just watching a movie that had Shigeru Chiba in it, and it was from like 1984. So he's one of those immediately
watching-
recognizable voices.
I was watching Fist of the North Star, and he's the narrator who apparently he turns more and more into Buggy as the series
Oh,
goes
yeah.
on. Starts a serious narrator, turns into Buggy.
I
I was just gonna
enjoyed-
say,
Oh, sorry.
I was just,
Zach.
yeah, Brian. No,
No, you
Brian,
go.
Brian.
Oh, no, you go.
This is like a Canadian standoff here.
go.
No, I really enjoyed their relationship because Buggy acts like the head honcho of the two of them. It's like, Shanks,
Yeah.
don't be such an idiot with this. But
You hit exactly what I was gonna say, because I was like, man, Shanks is kind of a dummy. He's like very Luffy at
it's
that
a little
moment.
kid.
Yeah.
Also, Baby Shanks is ripped too. Notice?
But we don't know if Baby Buggy is ripped.
Well,
That's
he's
the
wearing baggy
problem.
clothes. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he's got the Usopp thing going on, where it's
The-
like gotta.
Buggy
Although
and Shanks are
eventually-
what, like 9 at this point?
I-
Maybe 11?
I don't know. I think
It's
we know Shanks' age. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I was gonna look. I got it.
Okay.
I'll find it. Okay, Sam, you go, and then I'll butt in with a number in the middle.
Yeah, so during this after party deal, we have Roger sharing a poneglyph rubbing with Whitebeard and Odin and asking Odin if he's able to read the writing. And he goes on to explain that his crew reached the Lodestar Island, which was it's supposedly the last island. It's where your log pose will eventually lead you to. But he got there and he realized, no, I know there's got to be one more.
He was 9, by the way. He was 12 during the Ed War,
Okay.
apparently. I think he. Oh no, he's 14 at the end of this flashback. I think.
Yeah, because
So actually, yeah.
they travel together for a little while before they find the one
Yeah,
piece.
so he's 14 around the time that Odin dies, is what that means, right?
He's 14. I think he's 13, 14 here. I think this is the last year because on the cover, this is One Piece Wiki. According to that cover volume, what is that? 98, 7, 6, something like that. He's 13 on that. So I think when Odin leaves, he's 14 because we don't see him when he dies. It's not like reverberations to Shanks. Like I felt a loss in the force here. Anyway, go ahead.
And the Roger, he suspected that there's an island beyond the Lodestar Island, and he's been looking for it, and he's more or less figured out the trick of the red poneglyphs, and that's the mission that he's on currently. He shares his dream with Whitebeard and Odin, but his voice goes out. You can't hear it, but Odin and Whitebeard seem pretty stunned by this. And Roger wants to borrow Odin for a year and bows his head to Whitebeard.
Oh wait, Sam, there was a part. Sorry, I'm cutting out a lot, but I didn't realize how long that went. Like it, I always thought of him just saying one thing, but it sounds like he might have been like giving a little soliloquy.
We don't know
about
exactly
something.
what was said there still, but
Right? Yeah.
I did a thing after watching this episode. I went to go check how that scene was. The companion moment was done in episode 494 when Luffy told his dream, to see if they did like some sort of like intercuts between that were similar. They did them completely differently.
Oh.
Yeah, the one from that episode with Sabo, Luffy, and Ace was done more like the manga panels, but this one they actually added more frames to suggest that Roger went on for a little longer.
You see, I feel like Oda may have had more of a say in this because there's a lot of, as I think what you would call implied filler in this episode, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be so
maybe,
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that's a guess. I don't know.
So Odin wants to go, but Whitebeard, being
Makes a
being
face.
Mr. Captain, he makes the face. He's being Mr. Captain, like, no, you can't join my crew, and he makes some earthquakes in the air, and that is basically the eye catch of the episode.
You gotta let your kids leave the nest sometimes, Whitebeard.
And the eye catches this week are Shanks and Buggy sleeping together, and then Luffy and Blackbeard arguing back in Jaya.
Shanks and Buggy doing what now?
They finger up the nose. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
No, that's a euphemism, Ed.
Oh.
Yeah, the reason why obviously with Blackbeard, but the Jaya comparison coming up is also kind of apt.
Yeah. So Izo, Cat Viper, and Dogstorm are just kind of shrugging, like, okay, well, we'll just stay with Whitebeard. We've kind of gotten comfortable here. I kind of wish that there was some more implied filler, like at least one scene where we see Izo bonding with Whitebeard enough that we would understand why he'd stay behind here.
Well, they've been there for years at this point, right?
Yeah, it just feels like that's just like one scene, of something that's happened prior to this between.
Yeah, I agree with Sam because it's like even within the context of just these episodes, if you don't remember who Izo was from the war, you're like, well, why does Odin's retainer decide to just stay behind with this pirate?
Well, yeah, I mean, like the last interaction we saw between Izo and Whitebeard, Izo was like really mad, and now we're like cutting ahead to however long it's been, and Izo's like, all right, I kind of like it, so I'm just gonna stay behind.
Yeah,
and not follow Odin of all, because he's here for Odin first of all, and now I guess for reasons that we haven't seen yet, he's now so bonded to the Whitebeard pirates that he's staying behind.
Which we may get those reasons in the future, so it's just something that hasn't been addressed.
I don't know about that. Secondary
Well, I mean, I
characters
guess-
are pretty secondary.
I mean, I don't know.
It'd be nice
Izo
just
were-
to kind of have like just one panel of a moment. It's like, well, I'll continue this adventure for X,
Right.
leaving my sibling behind for reason.
So the Odin's leaving. Whitebeard's kind of acting grumpy, and but he starts yelling at his crew, like, "Oh, make sure that they have as much treasure and food as they need. Like, don't let Odin's family go hungry." And so now the Roger pirates are off with Odin and Toki and Hiyori and Momo. Roger and Rayleigh are playing with the babies. Like, oh, babies! This takes me back. I remember when we were taking care of babies.
What? What
And-
babies? Why is there an egg on your boat?
Yeah.
It's a big baby.
Why is no one asking about the egg?
And then we cut to Shanks and Buggy, and
We're not
they're
the
sitting
babies
on a barrel.
anymore.
Presumably, they were babies once.
But who knows if they're the babies that were referred to as babies by Roger.
Uncomfortably long shot of Shanks' crotch here.
Yeah, I noticed that. That was a long crotch shot.
I mean, like
I said
you
the
can't even
exact
tell
same
because
thing.
it's such an extreme close up. But
I thought it froze.
I'm like, okay, they're doing this on purpose now. It's like a joke at a certain point.
If they really want to sell that joke, you cut back and forth between like Shank and Buddy's expression to like Shank's crotch, the Shank and Buggy, the Shank's crotch, and slowly truck in while doing it.
Ryan, I forgot you're the master of comedic.
It's what I
here.
do.
So
that's why I just thought like my streaming froze. Like, oh, that's an uncomfortable freeze. 13-year-old's crotch.
Yeah.
So something starts, the barrel starts rumbling beneath the aforementioned crotch, and a big monster hand comes out, and then another monster hand. It's Cat Viper and Dogstorm. They've tagged along anyway.
They don't quite do the. They should do more Scooby Doo face for like Dogstorm when he's like, like the wind is supposed to be like making his jowls go, so it should be even bigger.
Yeah. So yeah, they're tagging along, and Odin's like, well, okay. Hey, Roger, do you mind? And then the Roger pirates, they all step up and they put their hands on their hips. They're looking serious. They're saying, hey, don't you get any funny ideas here? You're here because you can read those poneglyphs. You're not here because you're one of us. You're not here because we like you. And so this inspires Odin on their next trip, on their next stop, which happens to be Mocktown on Jaya, to just run around, start stealing food from all the vendors.
He was stealing Bardock.
Start stealing Bardock. The townspeople are getting angry at him. Gabon, Shanks, and Buggy are trying to chase him around town. Like, hey, no, you're not supposed to steal from normal people. So we got a hint of what the pirate morals are here.
Mocktown.
And but yeah, the townspeople are not ordinary. It turns out they've got weapons. They got grenades. They throw a grenade at Odin's feet and blow him up, but he just kind of brushes it off. And so the pirates get kind of excited to know that they have somebody who they can guilt-free just beat up.
This is also a lot added filler. Like in the manga, they do show up to Jaya, but we don't have this like extended little short action sequence.
Yes, it's just the really cool dialogue of Odin collecting the ingredients. Yeah.
I was also surprised at the fact that they have, because we know Buggy and Shanks and they're established characters by now, but like Gabon with them instead of Rayleigh, who's an established character. I thought that was a good choice.
Yeah. So yeah, they beat some dudes up, they kick some ass, and then they're back on the ship that night. And Odin makes Odin, and everybody loves it. It's the perfect drinking food.
I think Shanks said something. Wait, you're a food, basically, or something like that.
It's like you can eat Odin.
You're like a self cannibal or something.
And so yeah, now everyone is pro Odin because he made them Odin.
Yep.
And they're partying, and Odin's doing his like kabuki dance thing. He's going woo woo. He's waving his hands around. And he says, Odin wouldn't be Odin if it wasn't boiled. And he like looks at Shanks, and Shanks looks at him, and the close up on him, and then to be continued.
Close up on Shanks' crotch, to be continued.
General thoughts on this episode, you guys?
Zach?
Brian, please.
Okay.
All right.
To the Canadian stand-up.
The animation's really, really spectacular on this one. Always what I enjoy is not even when just the action's really well done, which it was. Like some of the shots of the 3-day war or battle, I should say, of like Mariko and then like Silver Rayleigh and Odin and Scopper were really well done. And then, but just like basic dialogue shots between characters, you really get a sense of like proportion, scale, humor, acting. Like even Whitebeard with like when he's pouting after Odin's like leaving and he's just sitting in his chair. And there's one moment when one of his subordinates comes over to him and say, hey, the Roger's pirates left us all this treasure and a bunch of food. And before he turns to react, he kind of like is still stewing, but then he's like, wait, what? And he's like slowly turns before he stands up and turns around completely, because he reacts on the food comment, not on the treasure comment. It's like little things like that are super important, and they're like details that when you know they're taking the extra mile to go through the acting and the animation to put in extra effort, which they don't have to do, but it helps sell what the point of the dialogue's about. and like little things like that. I'm like, okay, now I'm enjoying a cartoon show and not just like process anime put through the anime factory filter. So that's it.
Yeah. I thought what they did. I completely agree with Brian. I thought the character acting was super fun and cool. It like reminded me of very early One Piece. Not just that we were in settings that were in early One Piece, but also because it had that really great combo of like good humor, good back and forths between different characters, like Shanks and Buggy. We had that example, and also I feel like Gabon as a character, Scopper Gabon as a character, really came alive in this episode in a way that he did not in the manga. It was, and I have to, I mean, like, I think the Odin grenade scene almost outshone the Roger Whitebeard scene in terms of just like, it looked really cool when he came out of that smoke. Like that was a very, very cool scene. And the things about One Piece I do enjoy are sometimes the more, what are they called? Like the normal stuff, the slice of life.
The slice of life or mundane.
I was thinking of slice of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do like the mundanities of life in the One Piece world, and we don't always get to see those. And when we do, and it's done well, it's really fun. Not to mention Roger and Whitebeard, I think really just came alive as characters here, which is really cool and surreal as a One Piece fan. Ed.
No, the Odin flashback continues to be some of the best anime stuff in a while, and I think we mentioned it earlier. It's because it's not stretching things out. Like, we've been getting great animation in spurts throughout the entire Wano arc, but this is really sort of consistent, but more importantly, it takes the storytelling and sort of takes us from vignette to vignette sort of at a quick pace and shows people doing really cool shit. So, and as Brian and Zach were talking about how good the animation looks, and as long as it keeps up this pace and keeps up this sort of quality, I wonder where it's going to end up slowing down again. But this Odin flashback, man, it's just it's a showcase for the eyes in particular.
I forgot one thing, Ed.
Sure.
That you reminded me when you said character acting. Dogstorm was more doggish than he's ever been in this series, and I loved it. I was here for it, and that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. I just wanted him to like have a big. You remember the character from Hot Streets?
Yeah.
You mean the dog?
The chief.
Yeah, the dog.
Yeah,
Just
the dog.
Yeah.
What's his name?
The flying, the flapping jowls.
Snubby Newbers.
Chubby Webbers, I think his name is.
Chubby Webbers.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anyway, that just made me think of that.
You want him to go
No,
like,
that's my dog.
or that you want Dogstorm to sound like that?
That'd be good.
I think Ed is saying yes to that question.
Mm.
Be good.
Sam, any?
Yeah, I thought the episode was great. I love the fight between pirates. I love just the thing I really like about flashbacks like this is where we get to just have the open sky, like nice pirate adventure. Like the natural world. We're just living in it, you know. That's really cool. That's kind of the thing that we kind of don't get in the present day stories. It's like
It's giving us part of a story that we've been told about since, well, like the first episodes of One Piece or like Logtown, and it's filling in that space with really cool stuff.
Yeah.
So like we've been hearing about it, now we get to see it.
Yeah. Great episode. Don't really have a whole lot to add.
All right.
All right. You guys have anything else you want to get in here right before we move on to the next segment?
No, I'm good.
Thank you for letting me on this one, Sam.
I'll see you guys next week.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the David Back Fights. And to host today's segment is David Bednar.
Woo! Yay! It's me.
Ba-da.
Oh, sorry. Wait, I forgot. It's been so long. I forgot. I have a traditional entry. Welcome to David the Back of Fight. Sorry, I had to get my energy up. Hey guys, how's it going?
Thank you,
Hey.
David. We're all good.
All right, I've got a lot of real bad trivia for you guys. Some real goofy ideas. I've got 3 games. 3 games. All right, first up, and you can pick. The first one is the return of everyone's favorite portmanteau DAs.
Mm.
The second is Sea Chanty. And the
Oh, God.
third is called Color Spread, Hieronymus Bosch, or Stefan's Club.
What?
Who's going first? Oh, hey, actually, David, can you type those in the chat? That way we
Yeah, sure.
have access to them.
Sure. So that
and-
your choices are...
Yeah, which order are we going in?
Also, I'm here now.
Oh, hi, Sam. Sam, you were here in the anime
God.
recap
No,
that we just did,
just
and you
hosted
stuck
the
around.
recap, yeah.
Yeah, you
Stuck
don't
around.
remember having
wasn't-
just done that a second ago?
I wasn't gonna miss David back fights for the world.
Yeah, he. That's how you spell shanty? It's with a C?
Well, it's a pun, Zach.
I wanna do that one.
Oh, okay. We could go. What order should we go in? Let's go in. The opposite of what do you call them? Seniority. So who's been
Juniority?
here? Who's been here the last?
So
the least?
Sam goes
Yeah,
first.
Sam.
Yeah.
So Sam, then Steven, then Alex, then Steve, Ed, and me.
So
Okay.
like reverse introduction order, basically.
Yeah. So
Somebody
yeah,
also
exactly.
type that into the chat so
I'll do it right now.
my
Go
poor
ahead.
nerd brain can process.
All right. So what's the? Well, let's
So
have
Sam
pick.
goes first.
I've been
Yeah,
here for like 5 years, and I'm the youngest. Or I'm the.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't
I'm the
that
least
crazy?
Senior.
Yeah.
All right, Sam.
All right.
Portmanteau DAs, Sea Chanty, or Spread, Bosch, or Stefan.
I like portmanteau d'Ace.
All right, return to the
classic.
classic.
It's my favorite.
I've got a whole bunch. So, standard rules apply, which are I will give you a trivia question. The answer will be the combination of a One Piece character and the trivia answer. The character will almost always come first. There will be some sort of fuzzy overlap between the two of them. Don't think about it too carefully. Just go with what feels right. So let's just start it off with Sam, and you'll get one guess, and then it'll be a jump ball for everyone else to chip in.
And I'll keep score by giving myself extra points.
So, Sam,
Dare you?
Ricky Martin song about a smooth lady who goes from fat to thin.
Alvida something I don't know the
Oh my
Loco something.
Come on, Sam.
Sam, you're so young.
Alvida. Ah, man, sorry.
Need to jump all
She's
yet?
living.
Living Alvida Loco.
There you go.
There we go.
Well,
Well, see, I got tripped up because I was
That's,
trying to
feminine.
fit the One Piece character in first.
Yeah, no.
All right,
That's
So I
totally
see where
what
you
it
put
was,
that
Sam.
maybe in for.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. Don't
that's-
think about it. Just go with what feels right.
Sam, that's why you have the least seniority amongst us. Right there.
You know the least amount of Ricky Martin music.
I mean, I knew it. Sorta.
Steven.
Ricky Martin, my favorite Adult Swim show.
Steven,
Okay.
this is a tiny wimp that's best known for playing Robin Scherbatsky on How I Met Your Mother and Agent Maria Hill in the MCU.
Oh wow.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I wouldn't know the name off the top of my head.
I mean,
I didn't even.
that's just Kobe Smolder, right?
That
Or
would
Smolders?
be Kobe Smulders. That's right.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I actually did know that.
It's like that's only a textual wordplay. It's literally just saying her name, Kobe Smolders.
Yeah. Well, you know what? His name's Kobe. There's not a lot you can do with it. Alex?
Kobe.
Yeah.
Too soon, man. Too soon. Alex, square-haired sister and failed Windows media player.
Let's see. Failed Windows Media Player.
Yes.
Let's see. Square
There's a lot of
Kid
those.
Sister. Yeah. Let's see. Real player. Wazoo, Kiwi. Failed Windows Media Player. Ugh.
Yes.
Oh man, this is actually a pretty tough one.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, I'll take a hint.
All right. Chris Pratt gets one at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Fucking Mozoon.
That's it, Mozoon.
Yep.
Okay,
I was thinking programs.
Yeah,
I was thinking programs
Me too.
Yeah.
I was like, real player?
Windows Media Player?
Like, you said Windows Media Player. You said the thing.
Yeah, you said the thing. That's it. That's the answer.
Mozuilla.
That's what I was thinking too.
If it was like Microsoft Media device or something.
Yeah, Microsoft.
The couple name for Mozu and Kinemon. That's right. Mozilla Firefox.
Mozilla
right,
Firefox. That's very good, Steve.
That's pretty
You're
good.
not supposed to beat.
Steve.
You're not supposed to beat David on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve. The other square-haired sister that's a big anime fan.
Oh my god.
Oh, that would be a Kiweeb.
Let's see, or
What's
Kiwi.
Kiweeaboo.
There we go.
Sorry, I'm too familiar with weeaboos, so I
Yeah,
call
you're-
them by my nickname. You call it.
You're-
You don't know Kiwi that well. I'll say that.
She's fictional, so.
Yeah, I guess that's
Nicknames are for friends. We be your friends.
Wait, how many Steves are here?
true. 2.
The list has Sam, Steven, Alex.
Oh shit!
Steve,
I wrote too
Zach.
many.
I guess
there's
Steve,
2.
you're up again.
No,
my,
he's
my,
no.
my square sister, Steve.
No, you could skip the second Steve. We don't acknowledge him.
All right.
Ed.
Yep.
How did this Pachycephalosaurus get so strong? 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every day.
Wait.
Oh no! Wait! Did I get that? That's the wrong dinosaur. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know.
Page 1 Punch Man.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, he's a Spinosaurus.
I was
How
gonna
did
say,
Spinosaurus get
I was
so
a-
strong?
I was like Ulti Saitama.
Cyultima or something.
Cyultima?
Yeah.
The ultimate Saitama man.
I was writing these while I was watching my kids, and so I think right around then my daughter wandered into the street, and I might have gotten it a little wrong.
Sneak peek to what the One Piece podcast is going to look like in a couple of years.
Hey.
All
right. Zach.
Yes.
This would be the glasses-wearing, axe-wielding chickpea of the Roger Pirates. Delicious in an Italian soup.
Oh,
this is a good one.
wait, is it Scappa Gelato? Or is that what? I have no idea what.
What was that one again?
Can you say that all again?
Was it jump ball yet?
No, say it again. Say it again.
Glasses
You all got
wearing,
hints.
axe-wielding, glasses-wearing, axe-wielding chickpea of the Roger Pirates. Delicious in an Italian soup.
Okay. That's a good one.
I agree.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump ball it because I don't want to make
All
an
right,
idiot.
jump
of
ball.
myself.
Garbanzo.
Beans.
That's right. Okay, I was gonna say that. I should.
Everybody but Zach gets
Sure.
1 point.
That's why you said it.
Garbanzo.
He was
good.
slamming the bonzos like never before.
All right, so everyone has 2 points except for me, who has 1 million.
I'm playing the
points.
bonzos. Ooh, bat.
All
Bonzo
right,
comics.
Sam.
Okay.
He was asleep on his stilts, so nobody woke him up before they went. Now he's alone on Long Ring Longland, but he'll always have this signature dance.
Repeat the question.
That's a weird
He was
choice.
asleep on his stilts, so nobody woke him up before they went. Now he's alone on Long Ring Longland, but he'll always have this signature dance.
This is a good one.
Like, I feel like I know the pieces of the pun, but I don't. They don't fit.
All right.
You have the jump ball.
Tonjitterbug.
Don't
That
you?
would
Yeah.
be ton jitterbug.
Oh,
Jitterbug.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know
Put the
Jitterbug was
boom
like
boom
ants.
into my stilts.
Yeah.
Tone jit wham.
Tone
Tonjitterbug.
jitterbug. Tone
Wow.
jitterbug.
Mr. 5 is getting a lot of play in this episode.
Mhm.
All right. Steven.
Mm-hmm.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups. The police who investigate crime, and this moody surgeon who everybody wants to see kiss Luffy. These are their stories.
It's too easy.
That'd be Trafalgar Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
Technically, that's just Trafalgar D. Water Law and Order. But never mind.
Didn't you do the opening for Dragnet?
No, that's
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
the original.
That's a different one.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
you're thinking of a different one.
I'm just disappointed. I forgot to unmute. I was gonna have the whole.
Oh,
Gonna
the
do that.
Law and Order noise?
Oh, I hear it. I
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
it.
yeah. The Dick Wolf.
Executive
Capture
producer,
sound.
exactly.
Everyone should watch our Jackbox streams where we recreate the themes of Law and Order and ER. and other-
We do that. We're great singers. What's next?
All right, Alex.
Yeah.
This is a pretty simple one. Disney Plus original series about a dog woman and the robot she loves.
What?
Disney Plus original series
Uh-huh.
about a dog woman
A dog woman. Oh,
and the robot she loves.
WandaVision.
There you go.
Yeah, that's another Colby Smulders.
Yeah, it's
that's
just-
a little-
Oh, just another. It's another installment of the MC Garchu.
Mm.
Steve is really trying to play up David here.
It's like you
All right.
stole my bit.
Okay, Steve. This probabilistic equation calculates the number of worlds inhabited by Allosaurus men.
Oh God, why did you give me one that had the word equation in it?
I think
You're
he's
7 out of
spiting
10
it.
and you need to go back in your place.
Have an equation one, pop culture boy. Can you repeat it again?
This probabilistic equation calculates the number of worlds inhabited by Allosaurus men.
God damn.
I know the One Piece character.
Just the whole rest of that sentence. That's real gross.
The ultimate showdown of destiny.
No,
DS-Drake's equation?
the X-Drake equation.
There you go. Yeah.
What's that a pun on?
So the Drake equation is...
Oh, yeah, I would never in a
literally,
million
it's
years.
the math that says if there's X number of worlds and X number of them can support life and X number of them, blah, blah, blah. This is how many worlds must be
Oh.
inhabited.
I'm a nerd with that stuff, and I didn't know that. Guess not good enough of a nerd.
Yeah, well,
Nope.
you win some, you lose some. All right, Ed.
Okay.
Tired of Luffy making a bad name for Fuchsia Village, the mayor filed a frivolous lawsuit intended to intimidate the Straw Hat Pirates with the cost of a legal defense.
The whoop slap suit.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep. That one I knew.
It's different because this has 2 P's.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You have to
Yeah,
do
there you go.
the
That's true.
and it's all capitals.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And I only know
Um,
that because of Vic Mignogna.
Yeah, he made it.
A lot of
he made
people can say
famous.
that. A lot of people can say
Yes.
that.
A
Yeah.
lot of people.
It's not defamation if I am not literally feces.
What?
There'd be a fly on that wall.
That
Watching
was-
it.
Should
yeah.
fly on that
Christ.
feces.
Yeah.
All right,
It was in the
Uh,
brief. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Zach.
Yes.
This is the heartwarming animated film where an immigrant maid whose arms turn into weapons has a cowboy adventure with his fat cat buddy.
Oh, Baby 5 goes west. Or Baby.
There you go.
Did you say the
That's it.
original?
That's it.
Wow.
Baby
Oh,
5
yeah.
goes west. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
I love that.
Because there was
movie.
no 5 subtitle.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's American Tail. I
Yeah,
was about to
technically
correct
it's-
myself. Yeah.
Technically, it is.
Yeah,
an
no,
American film.
the new
Baby
so
5
the new subtitle would be American Tail. 5's a little pain in the ass.
Ashkenazi mice Should have been. Oh, that might have been the working title for it.
That's a good title. I like that.
I mean, that's what it is, basically.
It is. Well, I was looking up Yiddish names recently, and Fievel was there, and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Go ahead.
All right.
It's the kind of name every time you read it, you gotta like yell it out like his father, like five whoo. Yeah, it's
All right, this is gonna be a theme round, and the theme's pretty cursed. You'll figure it out as we go along. Good luck. Don't hate me.
By the way,
Sam?
do you want the score? It's Ed has 5, Alex and Steven have 3, Sam and Steve have 2, and I still have 1,000,000 points. Go ahead.
Very
oh,
good.
conspiracy.
I have
Sam,
Yeah.
this early Stephen King novel about a horny invisible leopard man menacing a small Maine town was not well received.
Stephen King novel about
A horny
say that?
invisible leopard man.
horny invisible leopard man.
I thought it was a lion man.
Well, yeah,
I think it is a lion, man.
Is there a mistake?
Okay,
Like,
I'll change my reference. Lion man.
okay. All right.
Horny
so
invisible lion
I was like,
man.
this is a very different question if it's Rob Lucci.
Yeah, Rob Lucci. We've learned a lot about him today here. But
All right. So I actually need the question again then. Okay, it's
All right. This Stephen King novel about a horny invisible lion man menacing a small Maine town was not well received.
man, I know some Stephen King, but not enough.
I got
Is it a
One
jump
might
ball?
say it
Is Salem's Lot? Is that one? Absalom's Lot?
There you go.
Yeah.
Absalom's
Absalom.
Lot.
Absalom's Lot. Yeah.
Absalom.
Absalom's
Yes.
Lot. Yeah.
All right.
Absalom. He's got abs.
Steven.
He does.
He had him sewn
Steven?
on.
Steven,
Ready?
if Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank was a horny invisible lion man, his species would be
Oh no. What was his? Oh, I've played these games too, and I don't.
Wait.
I don't remember. What he was called. I don't know.
Is
Jump
it
it?
Absolot? Is he an ocelot?
no.
Oh, no.
Absalama?
He, would be an Absalombax.
Wow.
Lombax. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was hoping he was.
That's a pretty obscure one, but if it pops in
Yeah.
your head, it pops in your head.
David,
All right.
I got a pun idea for you. Revolver Absolot.
Does he just have invisible single action armies strapped to his arm?
Well,
Don't quit
yeah,
your
the
day
one
job,
arm
Sam.
he does have.
All right,
Yeah,
Alex.
this is. Never mind.
Alex,
yes.
the skiing race where competitors try to throw a horny invisible lion man down a mountain while staying between a route marked with flags.
I'd
That
watch
would be
that.
the Absaslalom.
Yes, the
Absalom.
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 That's a mouthful.
Absalom. It is.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I say
All right.
that. Hey, rate that in katakana and say it.
Yeah, that's a.
Steve.
Hi.
This would be a horny invisible lionfish that travels upstream to spawn, and I hope a bear eats them.
Ah,
I'm just be Absalman.
That's it.
Okay.
Absalmon.
Abs-
That's a
Um,
Digimon.
and an author. Go ahead.
what you say in
Ed?
Jamaica when somebody has nice abs.
Salman. Oh boy. Ed.
Sure, I'm ready.
In this Criterion Collection film directed by Pier Paolo Pasolini, adapts an infamous erotic novel by the Marquis de Sade, but starring a horny invisible lion man.
Absala, or the 30 Days of Sodom.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Technically, it's 120 days, but
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Who's
only. It
counting?
was only 30.
358 days over 2?
I don't even know what the hell's happening.
this is bleak.
I am
Zach.
so lost right now. Yes.
Zach,
Mm.
where does the horny invisible lion man get his hair and nails done?
An Absa Salon. Right?
Yes, an Absalon.
An Absalon.
That's what I
This
call the gym.
concludes the Absalon bonus round. Let's never speak of it again.
The scores.
I'm just gonna.
I love that. Like a core feature of David Beck fights is David like getting like really deflated. His puns aren't going over as well as you hoped.
The scores.
worry.
Ed has
This
6.
isn't even the worst, man.
Ed has 6.
Oh,
Alex
boy.
has 4. Everyone else except me have 3, and I have 2.
Oh God.
All right,
Okay.
Sam.
Right.
Sam, this would be a spectacular or unexplained phenomena like a Marine rescuing 2 babies from a battlefield and raising them on her own.
Oh, I know
Start
this.
that from the beginning again.
A spectacular, unexplained phenomena like a Marine rescuing 2 babies from a battlefield and raising them on her own.
Bell Miracle?
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
The heartwarming one.
Aw.
Steven.
I thought it was going to be an anomaly.
Ooh.
Ooh. You know what? A point to
Sounds like a
Steven.
stop
That's pretty
motion
good, too.
feature.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Steven gets a point.
Oh, speaking of stop motion. Steven, just okay 2D fighting series that may stray from the path of being a man and may stray from the path of being a woman, but never strays from the path of being stop motion animation.
I think I missed the first couple of words on that.
Oh.
Yeah, I
A
think I got
just
this.
okay 2D fighting series that may stray from the path of being a man, may stray from the path
Oh,
of being a
boy.
woman, but never strays from the path of being stop motion animation.
Okay, it's Bon Clay Fighter 63 and a third or something.
Yeah,
what they
technically
call that?
just Bon Clay Fighters, but
Bonus points for Steven.
You know, you get the. I was gonna.
Is
The
it
next
a
one I was
Naked
gonna
Gun
ask is the
sequel?
same thing, but on Nintendo 64, is guest starring Earthworm Jim. So,
Oh, yeah.
point and a half.
Sam, you never played?
The Blockbuster exclusive Clay Fighter
Yeah.
63 and a third.
Oh, yeah.
No,
one
that's
should
the
have ever bought
director.
that.
That's the director's cut, the sculptor's
Oh.
cut, maybe.
Oh, that is
I didn't realize that was a Blockbuster exclusive because I was like,
It
damn, I have
was.
to get this one.
Nobody has to get any of them.
Yeah,
They're
Yeah, they
not-
probably are shit.
Steve.
Hi.
Steve,
No, it's Alex.
Perhaps
Oh,
if this
Alex. And
Oh,
then the
Alex.
double
Okay.
Steve.
Alex,
Yes.
the super tall, long-tongued eldest child of the Charlotte family that left the island of Gaunt and took this name when he joined the School of Wizardry on the island of Roke.
Holy fuck. Can you please say this again?
The super tall, long-tongued eldest child of the Charlotte family
Uh-huh.
that left the island of Gaunt and took this name when he joined the School of Wizardry on the island of Roke.
This isn't Sparrow Jackson. I don't know. Percy. I was trying to find a Percy Jackson thing in there. I don't know what this thing is. It's definitely
Yeah.
not Harry Potter. Therefore,
Is this an
A
Earthsea
hint.
reference?
A hint, yes, the Studio Ghibli adapted this into a movie.
this is Earthsea. Yep. Sorry, I'm gonna have to pass on this one. I don't know it.
All right, jump ball. Anyone?
Tales from Earthsea.
It was-
No.
Ursula
Sparrow.
Wynn.
Prospergoro
I
Miyazaki.
like that.
Sparrowhawk.
Oh, he's trying.
The ultimate fail son.
So you said that was Sparrowhawk? Prospero.
Sparrowhawk. Yes.
Okay.
I'm not the president of CGI, father.
And you never will be.
All right.
Oh
Steve.
God.
Principal, I should say.
Steve.
Yes.
I wonder if perhaps if this underling of Don Krieg had met a millet dumpling-cheeked child, they would have become freelancers that star in their own beloved, often parody manga series.
One more time?
No, boy.
Oh, Gintama.
There you go.
Ah,
Yeah, that was a twofer.
Pretty
nice.
good.
All right, Ed.
Okay.
If you face Axe Hand Morgan's fail son in combat, he is your
Helm opponent?
helm opponent.
It's very
Correct.
good.
Yeah.
Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Remember this classic gaffe where former President Trump mistyped the name of the Queen of the Kamabaka Queendom? That was 100 years ago.
Kofivenkov? Or even, is that what you're referring to?
No, other way
You're
around.
almost there, but
Other way
remember
around.
the One Piece character comes.
Oh,
first.
even call Fifi. It's
you
stupid
go.
ass shit that no one. Ugh, that felt
What-
gross coming out of my mouth.
What's
there.
Princess Even Confifi doing with the Straw Hat Pirates?
Oh my god.
Even
Alright.
cough would have been offended by that.
And here's a bonus question for everyone.
Hmm.
Excellent LucasArts shooter for the Super Nintendo and Genesis about Water 7 being overrun by Frankie's gang along with werewolves, giant ants, and other movie monsters. Get your super soakers and rescue some tourists.
Oh, zombies ate my neighbors. Something. What was the One Piece clue?
Think about
Water
Frankie's
7.
gang.
Zombie ate my neighbors. Is that?
Yeah.
There you go. Zombies ate my neighbors.
That's good.
I keep forgetting.
Alex
stuff.
fed it.
Very-
Yeah.
Hey, that's what we call playing volleyball, Zach. I don't know. Yeah.
Is that what
I
Haikyuu's
get
about?
to-
That's what
Yeah.
someone has told me, that it's all about
it's about
spiking
improv.
balls.
It's an improv troupe.
Hey everybody,
thought
we're
so.
Haikyuu. If we can get a non-geographic location that's bigger than a 7-Eleven and smaller than an airport.
Volleyball tournament.
I heard volleyball tournament.
Volleyball themed improv.
Wow,
Gross.
guys, I can't believe we're here at the volleyball tournament. Sorry. If there's anybody who knows how to make fun of improv, it's an improviser.
All right. So we are done with Portmanteau d'Ace.
All right,
How
so
are the scores looking?
The scores look like this. At 7 points in the lead is Ed. Next, with Steven has 5.5 points. Sam, Alex, Steve, and even me all have 4 points.
All right. So remaining games are Sea Shanty and Spread, Bosch, or Stefan.
I think Steven should be able to choose this. He did a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really curious about Spread, Bosch, or Stefan.
All right. So I am going to give you a list of 3 things, and you're going to have to tell me if they are in a One Piece color spread, a painting by the surrealist painter Hieronymus Bosch, or are a part of the list of features listed by the character Stefan, played by Bill Hader on Saturday Night Live.
So wait, none of these.
We're doing this. We're doing this, that, or the other.
It's a this, that, or the
Okay.
other.
I just want to confirm that none of these questions are going to be about the very acclaimed Amazon Prime show Bosch that only parents watch, and that includes my parents.
Or
Are any of these questions about Voice of Vash Stampede, Johnny Young Bosch?
are any of these questions about Whitebeard's dog, Stefan?
Stefan. Yeah.
Stefan,
That's what I thought Zach was
I thought
doing.
it was
The acclaimed
Urkel's alter
Stefan.
That's
ego.
right. Yeah, Stefan Urkel.
Sorry, David.
No.
Go
So,
for it.
All right. So, Sam,
Okay.
monkey in a hat, fresh fruit, globe with a knife in it. that in a color
So
spread?
one.
Is
So
that a
so
painting?
there's one of this in each category.
No, you have
So-
to pick which it is, which category it fits into.
There is a yes. So, are these objects that Ichiro Oda drew into a color spread that the painter Hieronymus Bosch painted?
So they're all in the same category then.
They are.
Yes.
They're all in the same picture.
But which
or
one?
description of a club from the famous Saturday Night Live sketch where Stefan comes on Weekend Update and explains New York's hottest club.
God, I forgot.
So
about
what
that
era
stuff.
is this Bosch guy from?
Like
It's a good
like
question.
1700,
It's
1600.
the era of Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah, he died in August 9th, 1516.
August 9th.
2 days
So
before my
he's in the
birthday.
late 1400s. Or no, he's in the the late 1400s.
15th century, if that helps you at all there, Sam.
15th century.
It really
15th
doesn't.
century. So, Sam,
I'm
you have
gonna
to
guess-
answer. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it's this is Bosch.
No, that is color spread 937.
Yeah, come
Oh,
on.
it's
what are you
all in one
doing?
color spread.
Yes.
Yes.
It's the fruit
wait.
numbers 9 or whatever it's called.
There's a sun with a knife.
No, a
globe.
globe
Globe.
with a
A
knife.
Globe with a knife.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on the All the Straw Hats are wearing their.
It's on the
pirate hats,
what?
And there's like a monkey sitting with a hat sitting on Luffy's
Oh, yeah, I
shoulders,
can
and
think
looking
of
at
that.
Oh, that one.
Oh,
Sorry, I was
is-
thinking of the other one. Yeah.
Is the knife in the globe, like
The
stabbed
knife
in
is
there?
in the globe.
Yes.
Stabbed
Yeah.
into the globe.
Because I was
That's-
imagining like a cartoon globe with like a disembodied hand, like holding a knife or something.
That's weird. So that's the
That
one
would've
with
been really
Robin
impressive if
being
Bosch drew
the.
that.
I know.
that
That's
would
why I
be
thought it
fun.
was going to be like a trick question or something.
That's Robin leaning over, right? That's the Robin leaning over spread.
That's the Robin's
Yeah.
got a butt color spread.
Yeah, the one.
Robin's got a butt color spread.
It's for Steve specifically.
I did not know that before, and then I was like, "Oh, check that out! Look at that!"
Hey,
It was
look at
big
that.
news. As a certain albatross might say, it was big news.
Okay.
Okay, what's
Now that we've
Keep it
established the
rolling.
premise.
Steven is
We're on the same
Steven's
page.
turn here, so that's
Yes.
All right. Steven?
Mhm.
People in a bathtub, gold falling down, an owl, and a monkey.
I'm just gonna guess that's Hieronymus Bosch.
That is from his painting The Visions of Tondal.
holy crap.
Oof.
That was a tough one.
I mean, you got a
Alex?
1 in 3 chance.
I'm assuming this is like the art you would see on like a prog rock album.
It's wilder. yeah, kind of. I'm sure that somebody used Hieronymus Bosch on there. It's sort of, Salvador Dali.
Yeah.
I've heard
Imagine
that.
like that, but he's
Medieval.
known like the horrors of plague.
Okay.
Oh, so like someone today drawing
Yes, like someone
yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Honestly, his art, big mood. Alex,
I'm looking him up after this once we're done.
Alex,
Yeah.
animals playing cards, a penguin with a spear, a lobster in the corner.
This is a color spread.
No, that is the painting Christ in Limbo by Hieronymus Bosch.
Jeez, I would
Wow.
not have guessed that. I would not have guessed
They had
that.
cards.
Yeah.
In the 14th, in the 15th century.
Go to hell if you play them, where a
That's
penguin
true.
with a spear
That's true.
pokes you.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
The score
Who's
for this
next?
game
Right.
so far, 1 for Steven. Go ahead.
Steve,
I'm here.
trance, stilts, and teddygram people.
Teddygram, as in like the brand Teddygram snacks.
Yes, like little tiny teddygram people.
Can I get the other 2 hints, please?
Trance, stilts.
I'm going to say that's a club that Stefan is recommending.
Yes, that would be New York's hottest club, Wesh. Teddygram people is that thing when a guy has the stumpy arms, but with the belly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
There you
right.
go. That was the humor at the time.
That certainly
And
Bill
was.
Hader's a very, very, very funny man.
What's
Ed,
Yeah, all right. What's next?
pig centipede, thirsty eagle, harpoons.
That's a One Piece color spread.
Color spread number 483.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I would not have guessed that.
What?
The pig centipede sounded
Pig
familiar.
centipede.
Pig centipede. I gotta-
Pig centipede sounds like a
Hold on.
Stefan club. I don't
Hold
even
on.
think.
Getting
I think
live.
he's making
What
this up
chapter did
here.
you say that was again?
483.
It's chapter 483.
There's no 483.
They made that many chapters of One Piece, really?
I
It
don't
was a-
think so.
Prequel
One
to
Piece
Human
ended at
Centipede.
chapter 300.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Oh yeah, weird.
It's a book.
Like, I was like
Yeah.
looking for it, and I was like, "Oh, he's the boat."
I'm gonna look this up too. Wait, One Piece.
Hey, what if One Piece
483?
ended? What if One Piece ended on chapter 2012?
The law of the
Oh, that
my
is
God.
a centipede pig. I've
Yeah.
seen this color spread 8 million times, and I had never noticed it was a multicolored
Little
centipede
centipede.
pig. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah, what's the next
Okay.
All right.
What's next?
Ed? Was that Ed or is
That was me.
That was
Yeah.
Ed. That
was Ed.
Oh, by the way, when you search One Piece 483, also Ace's death is a very big thing that comes up. Go ahead. Sorry.
Zach,
Yes.
Hugs, Doo-Wop Group, a wise old turtle.
Stefan.
That's right.
Yes.
He's from New York's hottest club, Boov, with 9 O's.
How many
go
of
there,
those
you'll
did
have
you
your
watch
own
for
When
this?
Harry Met Sally moment when you share a special kiss with Gizblo, the coked up gremlin.
Yes, I remember.
Wow.
Yeah. Sam,
Yes.
a rabbit with dice, a large harp, and people showing a lot of skin.
One Piece.
No, that is from the Garden of Earthly Delights
Damn.
by Hieronymus Bosch.
As mentioned earlier on this episode.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
mention
Oh
that
shit,
one.
they're playing Bones.
Steven,
Little
Mhm.
garden of earthly delights. Yeah, go ahead.
a giraffe, palm trees, and a hungry lion.
I'm gonna guess One Piece.
That is also from the Garden of Earthly Delights.
Oh,
by Hieronymus
you got
Bosch.
me.
Wow. I was gonna guess One Piece there too.
Got me.
Yeah.
3 off with the giraffe there.
Yeah, the giraffe
Yeah,
is what
exactly.
made it. Yeah, that's evil.
Yeah, I would have loved his giraffes.
Yeah.
Alex,
Yes.
hot pot, an elephant that's a keg, and a duck with a condom on its head.
That's a Stefan club.
I'm looking at it right now.
At 537.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
Damn
one I'm
it.
positive is One Piece.
Like-
It's come on, Kaizoku Nabe.
I don't. Okay. So I remember the keg elephant, but the duck with the condom on its head threw me off.
Yeah, but
I mean,
what
that's
else
what
are
it
those
is.
ducks wearing on their heads, man?
Yeah,
Wait, what chapter was it?
537, is that what you said?
Yeah. Color spread 537.
I'm looking at it right now. I can't believe that. All right.
Those are just little helmets.
They have the little nubbin on the top.
They have
It's
the
called the
reservoir.
reservoir tip. Yeah.
Okay, guys. No need to get defensive about your condoms. Oh my god, that is what those are.
Steve.
Here.
Ghosts, ghouls, and goblins.
Ghouls.
Ghouls. Ghost Ghouls and Goblins.
Ghosts,
That's a
ghouls, and
Capcom
goblins.
game.
Ghost Ghouls and Goblins.
Ghosts, ghouls, and goblins.
Gooba gobble.
Ghost Ghouls.
Gabagool.
Uh,
Super gobble ghouls and ghosts.
is it? I'm gonna take a guess, thinking it's like a One Piece Halloween color spread.
No, it is a New York's hottest club.
I knew it.
If you go there, the special guest, have you heard of Blackula, the Black Dracula? Well, they have a Jewish Dracula. His name is Sidney Applebaum.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. That's the one that made him break.
Sounds terrifying.
Ed.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's do a giant head, a black horse, and a fish man with a bowl.
Hieronymus Bosch.
That would be color spread 547.
Wow.
Okay.
Packing that bowl, huh?
Yeah, so Jimbei's holding the bowl. Emporio Ivankov is there with her giant
Oh,
head.
yep. I love that.
yeah,
one.
that's
Who's
a
smoking it?
that's a classic
Yeah.
one.
I like that spread. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a December, I think.
It's December. This is how Ed knows them. The calendar exclusive.
Zach,
Yeah.
giant head, a
Mhm.
dog riding a pig, geese drinking out of a pitcher.
Bosch.
That's right. That's from The Temptation
Yeah.
of St. Anthony by Hieronymus Bosch.
Not to brag,
That
but I am the
temptation
only
stuff.
one with 2 points right now in this round.
And I think I've
I
got.
don't think
enough
I've
for
gotten
one-
anything in this round.
I think I've got enough for one more. Sam,
Okay.
an ox cart, screaming vegetables, and a
This is One
windmill.
Piece.
Yeah, this one I know.
Right. It's color spread 28.
Yeah, that's a very early
It's an
one.
early one, yeah. I remember because that one is weird. That is
Mhm.
No, like
Yeah,
the
and
second
also-
you said ox, I knew exactly what color spread it was.
That was a fan submitted one. That was a fan idea.
yeah, you're right.
And since you didn't have more than like 3 main characters, they're like, hey, can you put Shanks in there?
Yeah.
Steven?
Mhm.
A giant leopard, a man with goat horns, and red velvet cloth.
I don't recognize it, so I'm just gonna say it's probably Stefan.
Color spread 175.
Oh, I thought it was the Stampede one with the hamburger. But
And that was jump cover, not a color spread.
no, they
Was
also
it?
did a color spread, didn't they?
Oh, okay.
I thought they did. I don't know.
You
There
know?
was a red cloth there.
A lot of red cloth. All right. Alex.
Yes.
A pool full of fruit, giant birds, and an owl sitting on a platter.
Jesus fuck. This could be any of them.
It could.
This,
Definitely could.
I'm doing pretty bad at this. I'm gonna guess this. Can you say that again?
A pool full of fruit,
Uh
giant birds,
huh.
and an owl sitting on a platter.
Screw it. One Piece.
No, it's from the Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bosch.
It's all
Okay.
the same painting?
It's a wild painting.
Oh, clearly.
All right.
All right,
Steve, yeah.
Steve. Full plate armor, a skeleton singing, and a large dragon.
What was the first one?
Full plate armor.
Gotta say it's One Piece.
Yes, color spread 699, where everyone's dressed up like knights.
That's an awesome one.
I was wondering if it was this is color spread, so it wouldn't be the one where it's like Brooke and the dinosaur skeleton singing.
No, that's like Luffy's sitting on top of a dragon head, I think.
Mm-hmm. And Zoro's got the 3
Um,
sword thing on his chest.
Ed,
Okay.
little people, manual labor, hammers, and nails.
Ed, look up.
One Piece.
Yes, that would be color spread 967, where they're building shoes with the Tondal Kingdom.
That was
David, were you at all aware that was this month's color spread for the calendar?
Oh no, was it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been looking
It's
at
right
that. I've been
behind
looking
me.
at that. I mean, that one's in the other room, but yeah, I've been looking at that one a lot lately.
Good shoes make you feel good? Is that what it said? Or take you to good places?
Good shoes take you to good places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
No, it's Boston that makes you feel good.
That's true. You're right. Busting
And-
makes me feel good.
Finally, Zach,
Yes.
a Rasta duck, a friendly turtle, and a place to pick up your speed.
One Piece?
That's right, it's color spread 957.
Oh, damn it.
I thought that was a
Joke's on me.
Stefan Club.
It sounds
Yeah.
like one.
very,
957.
very well worded.
But the Rasta
That's-
one, I remember. I'm looking this one up now. Oh,
Got
yeah.
the
Yeah. Okay, I remember. That's a nice. It says pick up your speed on him. Wow. Okay. In
Yeah.
English.
Don't forget your drugs.
All right.
Is that it for that round?
That is it for spread Bosch or Stefan.
Great.
So I got 3, Ed got 2, Steve got 2, Alex got 0, Steven got 1, and Sam got 1.
Whew. Great.
All right.
So the scores, by the way, Ed is winning 9-7. I have 7. Steve has 6, and Steven has 6.5.
One more round.
Sam
One more
has
round,
5.
and I've got 6 questions. So,
Okay.
Alex,
Okay.
if you can just hang on.
Sure.
All right.
These will be 2 points each to make it interesting.
Cool.
Oh, great.
All right. Yeah.
6 questions. Perfect. Let's do it.
All right.
What category is
So-
this?
Sea shanty.
Oh.
So, remember when that hot moment when everybody was singing that one sea shanty and
sure, it was it was TikTok.
yes.
That's
TikTok.
that's everything on the internet these
Yeah.
days.
See,
I'm going to do 3 points, actually, so that way Ed might lose.
So
Wow,
Bias
conspiracy over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, that's, that's
Jeez.
what I'm here for.
Conspiracy.
Go ahead, sorry.
Stop the steal.
so I
The most
I
innocent
I
man
wrote this-
ever in the history of America.
I wrote this that week and then
Mhm.
sat on it and it's been a little while, so it's not going to be as like hip. But all of these will be to the tune. I'm going to sing you the verse of a sea shanty, the tune of Wellerman. The answer will be the word that verse suggests. It will always end with man.
Okay.
Okay.
So, oh boy, and then I will sing you the refrain because I love punishment. All right, so Sam,
I don't think I understand the rules here. What?
Here, David, I'll
right,
take
Alex,
I'll take the hit
Alex.
and go first. Yeah.
Alex, we'll go first. All right, Alex. There once was a boy by name Luffy. He took a bite of gum gum, you see. Now his arms stretch long and he sails the sea to be the pirate king. And so the answer would be...
Gum Gum Man.
What is... When Luffy took a bite of gum gum, what did he become? I'm
a rubber man.
Rubber man. Soon may the rubber man come. He inflates his fist when he bites his thumb. One day when the comic is done, he'll find the big One Piece. There you go. See,
right.
you got...
All right.
We're gonna get so much singing.
All right. So, Sam.
Okay.
He hides in the back of some panels. Is he a man or just a mammal? His chest is bare, and so is his head. Who is behind the mask?
That would be Monsieur Panda Man.
Soon may the Panda Man come. His name's on his head. In case you're done, in Rom and a half you'll find it said Panda means it is bread. That's
true though.
It's true.
Right.
Nothing makes a song better than random factual data.
Gen Z loves random factual data.
Loves it.
Yes.
Yes.
Steven.
Mm-hmm.
Through the tall waves of Aqua Laguna, there cuts a train just like a schooner. No ship could hope to carry us sooner to save our friend Robin.
Rocket Man.
Soon may the Rocket Man come, the sister train to Puffing Tom. Fire in her belly and vengeance in her eyes, she launches to the skies.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right. Steve. Hold me, boys, and listen fast. See that figure upon the mast? It's hammering away to keep us safe. We'll sail a little more.
Clobotterman.
Soon may Clobottermen come to mend the sails and keep lines plumb. One day when we reach the shore, this ship will sail no more.
I ruined everything.
Ed. Uso Dabada is on the loose. We need a hero who's super cute. Namifia, do you know who can save us from this fiend?
Chopper Man.
Soon may the Chopper Man come. Luffy bombers on the run. Stop him and have some fun. 1, 2, 3, Cune Spark.
Everyone should go watch that Chopper Man episode because
So good.
Minoru Suzuki's in it. Anyway,
And finally, Zach.
Yes.
He ate a smile that gifted him with long neck and soft wool on his chin. Watch out when he spits and fear the laugh of Pa-ka-ka-ka-ka.
Alpaca Man.
Soon may Alpaca Man come. I don't have much more written about him. He's just an alpaca and also a man. He makes his own sweaters.
And that's it. Very good job.
yeah, wow.
Who's winning?
Right.
So the final scores. Alex has 7. Sam has 8. Steve has 9.
Whoever was winning last round,
Yeah.
obviously.
We all
Steven
got
has
it.
9.5. I have 10. Ed has 12. Congrats, Ed.
All right, cool.
Do you have a song for the Ed Man?
No.
Thank you, David. So I think that's going to do it for the One Piece podcast this week. Alex, where can people find you?
People can find me on Twitter at dude exclamation. That's all one word. Listen to me on Toho Yaro every other week.
Yes.
we don't even know our schedules. It's every other week. It's a Japanese film podcast. It's really great. Check out twitch.tv/superartfight. Right now, we're not doing season 2 is done with. I'm the champ. Thanks to those of you who have tuned in and checked out my work. Our season 3 is going to be a tryout season. So if anybody who wants to participate in Super Art Fight and has a drawing tablet, now's your time to shine. Follow at Super Art Fight on Twitter for more details. Please, I encourage anybody who is an artist to try out. It's very fun. And that's it for me.
David Bednar.
You can find me every day, all day on twitter.com/ycarps, YKARPS. It's almost like Y-Craps, but far more tasteful. And that's about it.
Thank you, David. And you shouldn't be on Twitter all day, every day. I'm just saying.
It's killing me and ruining my life.
Yeah, welcome to the club. Steve, where can people find you?
SteveYurko.com and Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Steve Yurko is the username.
Sam Leach, where can people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Lucky Chainsaw.
Stephen Paul, where could people find you? And thank you so much for all your help taking us through the volume today.
You are welcome, and you can find me on Twitter at Translatosaurus. Also, check out my recent appearance on the Shonen Flop podcast at Shonen Flopcast, talking about our Blood Oath. But what isn't a flop is One Piece, and you can read my work on that in Shonen Jump and Manga Plus every week. It'll be back next week.
That's the problem with that show. They'll never get to talk about One Piece. Nope. Ed, where could the good people out there contact us?
Well, you are Zach_Logan on Twitter. I am at Edward E. One Piece. I'm also at Weeb Trailers, and I've been posting on that account more. Podcasts can be found at OnePiecePodcast.com, Twitter.com, YouTube.com, and Facebook.com/OnePiecePodcast. OnePiecePodcast@gmail.com is our email address. Please subscribe to Patreon.com/OnePiecePodcast. Please listen to Forced to Watch 4 Kids. And you can subscribe to the main podcast on SoundCloud, on Spotify, on iHeartRadio. Subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts, or call us on our phone number, Zach.
That phone number is 347-497-MAJI. That phone number again, 347-497-6254. Call anytime.
Anytime.
For the Zach Man. That's my full name. Yeah. So thank you so much, David and Stephen, for filling us with some great content. We'll be back next week with One Piece Chapter 1008, and we're just 2 away from episode 666. Who knows what'll happen then? I don't. So we'll see you next week, everyone. My name is Zach.
My name is Ed.
My name is Steve.
And my name is Alex.
See you next week, everyone. Goodbye.